It's the toolbar to the left. Your guys' options are going to be a little bit more limited to mine. You guys can draw on the board anything. You can draw shapes, freehand, text, anything.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Not a game goes by where somebody doesn't draw a penis at some point in a game. But so you guys can draw things if you're trying to. If you click and hold your clicker, it'll ping. If you're trying to like say, hey, look over here at this, you can click and ping. The magnifying glass is just another way of zooming. The comb measures distance. Each one of these squares is 5 foot, so if you can only move 30 feet, it's a good way of measuring. This is mainly used for like wizards and stuff in D&D for like area spells and distance of spells and stuff. You guys probably won't need it. It's right under a magnifying glass. It looks like a comb, I guess. I don't know.
It does look like a comb.
Yeah. The dice is just another quick dice roller. If I just say, hey, roll me a D100 or roll me a D20, you can click on that. And if you double click on it, it'll minimize the window, so you don't have to keep clicking the icon on the left. And the other ones just help, you don't need to worry about. But you always want to make sure you have the pointer, the very top thing on the bar, and the select move selected, because people will select the comb and then they're like, I can't move my token, and it's because you gotta...
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get, like, you know how, like, the pictures show up of all of us on the bottom left?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to remove those?
Yeah, you go to the top right where the gear is, scroll all the way down, and there should be a
player avatar
token
size?
bar. Yeah, you just do to names only. Player avatar size, names only.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what I do, because it does get in the way. And again, if you hold in the Alt key, you can use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out, or that little zoomer thing there. You don't need to worry about the decks or the rollable tables. The jukebox, I'm in control of that. The journal just shows you all the players and any other things that I have available for you to look at there. And in the chat log, if you do, if you look down at the chat log, you'll see how I've got, I don't know if it's is it the backslash or the forward slash? I always get them confused. But if you do that, and then whisper, or W, space, and then anybody's name, like I'll do Alex here, since this is the shortest. And I say, hey, it'll whisper, and only you will see that. If you do,
oh, did I fuck it up?
/GM, if you do the /GM roll.
Where's the chat box?
Oh, Jared can explain.
On the far right.
Wait, do I have to do W/ and then the name?
/W. But you can do this one too. If you look at my, you can't see what I'm. Here, I'll just put quotation marks around it.
I don't see a chat box.
If you go all the way to the top right where you clicked on that gear, the very far left option, it looks like chat boxes. It's chat. You click on that and it'll bring up the chat window. There. If you do that without the quotation marks, you can do a private roll to me to where only I see it. You could 1d20 is basically a 20-sided dice, and then plus 6 to it. This is a percentage system. You're going to be rolling D100s, and D6s is all you're going to roll. But I've got the macro set up, so you don't even need to worry about any of that. So, I'm sorry?
How do you whisper?
The / whatever, W, space, and then their name. If you start typing it might actually give you an auto.
Yeah, it pops up.
Yeah. And then space, and then whatever you want to type.
/W or W/?
No, it's /W.
Yeah, /W.
And space, nothing pops up.
No, and then you gotta start typing in whatever name you want to type to.
Yeah.
Your name's Wesker?
Yeah, I mean you all can change your names if you go to that gear and scroll down to the names. I just did Wesker, just.
But is that? Am I talking to you when I typed Wesker?
Yeah, yeah, because yes.
Or you can type in /WGM,
yeah,
and it'll.
Yeah, you can do GM2 and it'll work. Either way. Sex. Yeah, I got it.
Game master.
Hey, it was just whisper, dickhead.
Oh,
it was
sorry.
a loud whisper.
He totally did not whisper sex to me. The reason why I see all the black is because I've got it. There's a thing called Fog of War where I can block out the map in case I've got things on there that I may want to reveal later. Like I'll show you an example. Like if you look under Ted, I can reveal some there. See. But that's for like when you're in a building. I can hide entranceways or places that I don't want you to see yet, where I might have like a horde of monsters stashed. Not that I would ever do that or anything. But
Nervous laughter.
Foreshadowing.
trying to think. Anything else? That's pretty much it. The macros are gonna do a lot of the work for you.
Sweet.
How do I whisper sweet nothings to Tanya?
Tanya doesn't want to hear none of that shit. She's a lesbian.
Loud and annoying.
Someone's dropping a ball on their desk.
Very loud and annoying.
Alex.
Dropped it. Continue.
Now do you guys have your character sheets handy?
Yep.
Now, do we have to fill 100%?
No. I'm gonna make this quick and simple.
Okay, because like I don't know about this like bite resist viral health, you know.
Oh yeah. No, well, you don't need to worry about that now. Well, I mean, it's gonna be really quick.
Okay.
So so you guys have all of your stats that you gave me before. If you don't,
Yeah.
I have them right here. Now what you have is this is going to be the most difficult part of the night, and it's still not that difficult. I'm just letting you know that there are some mechanics to it, but don't let the mechanics overwhelm you. Okay, but anyways, it's very simple. There's 4 base stats. They call it SPEW. It's strength, perception, empathy, and will. Those are the numbers that are the most important numbers, information on your character sheet.
Does anybody remember where we posted all those?
I have them right here if you need them.
It's at the very beginning of the chat.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So are those 4 for all type of, or is it just for this particular like role-playing game, or is it for most like?
No, that's the test that you took, and these stats are just for this role-playing system only.
Can you give me mine, or at least put them in the chat or something?
Don't write them in yet because we're going to try and increase them a little bit here.
Okay.
There's things in this. There's these things called Gestalt dice in this system. It's basically your life experience, and you pretty much utilize them more when you're playing yourself. If you're playing somebody else, it's just kind of like your points that you associate to your character. But Gestalt dice, when you're playing yourself, are basically, they represent 1 year of your life. So if you're 27 years old, you have 27 Gestalt dice. And you use those to build your skills and stuff.
Okay.
What you can
This
do...
hurting my brain.
Huh?
This is hurting my brain.
Okay.
And we haven't gotten to the complicated part.
Just take a shot, and it'll be alright.
Oh, dude. There we go.
My brain.
We'll drink the zombies to death.
There you go. But I'm just gonna. Alex is the first one on here on my page here, so I'm gonna start with him. So all of you guys can do this. So whatever your age is, that's how many Gestalt dice you have. Write that down.
Garrett's got an advantage. It's bullshit.
Huh? Yeah. Well, but like somebody who's like 60-year-old, yeah, they have 60 Gestalt dice, but they also have penalties for being old that they have to incorporate into their characters. So it kind of balances out, but there's something to be said for life experience in a zombie apocalypse.
I turned 22 on Sunday, so can I have 22?
No,
Gestalt
you're
dice?
21. You're 21.
You could put 22.9.
No, you're 21.
You can have half Gestalt dice.
Half a die.
You
like
get one
cut it
side
in
of the
half.
die.
Yeah. All right, written down.
For instance, Alex, you have a 29 in strength. The first number, the 2 of the 29, and for Dan you have a 30, it would be 3 for you. The 10's number, whatever that number is, 2, 3, you can use that many Gestalt dice and roll them to increase that stat. So you can, for Alex, for you could roll 2 D3s, three-sided dice, and all you need to do is do the slash.
I have a question.
Roll 1d3 or 2d3 or whatever, and it'll roll it for you. Yeah, or you can bring up that little, click on the dice to the left on the toolbar and just, I don't know if they have a D3 in there or not. But
they don't. The smallest they have is D4.
Okay. Well, just the D6, and then 1 through 2 is 1. The 3 through 4 is 2, and then 5 and 6 is 3.
Whoa. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You got me lost a little.
Sorry,
bit.
I'm talking to you guys like you've role played before. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So like,
okay,
let's just.
So when I say D anything, that's the side of the dice. So a D6 is a 6-sided dice.
Okay.
A D3 is a 3-sided dice. So does that make sense?
Yes, that does.
Okay.
Now, what do you mean about having 3 rolls? When for example, I pulled up the dice roller window, and it's giving me a D6 plus. I type in, for example, 3 because I have 30 for my strength. Correct?
Oh no. We're not there yet.
Okay. All right.
So this is just to get your stats where they're gonna be, and then we'll get there. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry, it won't take long. But yeah. Basically, this is to determine how much more you can increase, like your strength, your perception, your empathy, your will. Because you're gonna find out real quick when we start that you want these to be as high as you possibly can, because it's a survival horror game. It's very, very hard well, it's very, very easy to die.
So if we don't have D3, so if we don't have a D3 dice, what do you
roll
want
a
us to do?
D6, and then 1 and 2 is 1 equals a 1. 3 and 4 equals a 2, or a 5 and
6
through
equals
6
a 3.
Equals a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if you die?
What?
What happens if you die?
If you die, you can make a new character that's not you, or we can just reincarnate you, or we can figure that out. I'm hoping that none of you guys die. But if you just run in there, like, I'm going to kill these 14 zombies with my fist, you're probably going to die.
That's bullshit, man. I'm totally strong enough to handle that.
Yeah.
Alright, so what... Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Unless you take that one item that automatically levels you up to level 20.
Is there any easy way to just post all of our stats into the chat, Jared?
Yeah.
It's in my backpack.
So, can I do that for strength, perception, empathy, and will, or just for strength?
For all of them. Whatever that tens number is how many D3s you can roll for that stat, and whatever that number comes out to be, you can increase it by that much. And then tell me what the new number is, because it's going to affect other things.
I'm a little confused about...
No, that's all right. No, it's perfect. Everybody gets confused in this part. I understand.
Okay.
I'm a lot.
Alright.
3.
So like, I rolled my D6 once, and it said 2 plus 1, and then it, obviously equals 3. Now, what does that mean?
Okay, so if you're rolling that for your strength, because you rolled... Or what were you rolling for? Let's just...
My strength.
Okay, so you get 3 D3. So...
But because I have a D6...
What do you mean by 3D3?
Okay, so you're using Gestalt dice. When you're increasing an ability stat, it's a D3.
I thought we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, not The Witcher.
We're not playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing Outbreak Undead. Because you wanted to play a modern setting. Yeah.
Same thing. It's Dungeons.
No, it's not, because D20 is... Or, D&D is pretty much all D20. This is a percentile... except this is a percentile and a D6 system.
Yeah, but now you're talking about the difference between, like, a Halo and a Call of Duty. They're still both first-person shooters. So.
Okay.
Okay, we can all agree that this is a nerd board game, and
this is
are...
as nerdy as it gets, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys have entered a new realm of nerdiness.
This is Homework the game.
Yeah. No,
yeah, it's definitely homework.
It's
I like
dice
it.
rolling. I mean, you roll
like
dice in Monopoly. Is that homework? I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
This is just character building. Usually you have your character made before you start. But this is a session 0, and so...
None of us have ever played...
You guys don't have to increase these stats if you don't want to. If you're just like, it's too complicated, you don't have to. That's more Gestalt dice you can spend on other things.
What do you mean spend on other things?
Well, we'll get to that. I'm trying to go step by step to keep it simple. If I just start going all over the place, it's just going to confuse the hell out of me.
Okay, you know what?
Siri dice.
I'll make sure not to ask any more questions until you're done with your session, because I feel like a lot of these questions will probably be answered towards the end.
Now, I would agree with you, but
no,
the thing
that's
is
right.
he's saying
If you
we'll
have a
use the
question, ask.
Geralt dice for other things, but, like, how can I use my Geralt dice for other things if I already used them on my willpower?
No, you have... So you have... how old are you now? Like what? 56. So you have 56 Gestalt dice. You spent 2 on your strength, or 3 on your strength, to get the 3 D3s, the three-sided dice, and then you're gonna spend another 2 on your perception if you want. You can spend another 3 on your empathy and another 3 on your will.
Then can we do this instead of like actually walking us through the steps on increasing it? Why don't you just tell us everything that we can spend these dice on, and then once we know what we want to spend it on, we'll work on it. Because I don't want to throw it all into like these things without knowing what all.
Well,
like,
that's why I said
my luck. I'll be like, I want to be really strong, and then it'll be like, and you can use 3 Geralt dice to get the invulnerability plug-in, and I'm like, well, I want that. Well, you already spent it on your strength, you fucking void ranger.
Take them back. I'm not gonna hold you to it, but the strength, perception, empathy, and will are the most important things in the game, because every skill you do. Like, I'm gonna say roll a perception hide if you're trying to hide. So you add your perception plus whatever bonus you get for hiding. So you're not hurting yourself by increasing your base core stats. You're only helping yourself. Everybody, and usually people always increase those when they have the chance. So I just assumed. So here, let me explain all the things you can use your Gestalt dice for.
Thanks.
There are the core stats, which are the D3s. Those are the strength, perception, empathy, and will. And then every other use of the Gestalt dice is a D6. It's a 6-sided dice. And that's for skills. So if you, let's say, for instance, on my character sheet, on Jared's character sheet, I have beer pong. I spent 4 years of college playing beer pong, so I associated 4 Gestalt dice to it. I rolled 4 D6, and I wrote down the skill beer pong, whatever the result of that was. So now, whenever I play beer pong, I would add my perception number plus whatever that number is I rolled, add them together, and that would be my target number. So,
I can see why people get intimidated by this game.
Yeah.
I guess it helps that I've played a role-playing game before.
Yeah.
So
there's it's let me break it out to you even simpler.
I feel like I'm trying to ask like Ronda Rousey on a date right now, where like I really want to do it, but like I'm also afraid my fucking brain's gonna get like crushed in or something.
It's very simple. There's core stats and skills. Okay.
Okay.
You add the number for those together, and that's your target number. And then when you click on
what's a target number?
Well, click on the everybody click on the basic attack roll macro at the bottom left.
Where's that?
Bottom.
okay.
Assuming everybody enabled their macros.
I thought I did,
know.
but I don't.
Okay, so on the top right gear, there's the first option is macros. You want to show in the bar, and then you want to click the 2 options, and then also show down at the bottom. They should appear right below where the names are.
I see it.
All right.
So if everybody's clicked on that, it's going to say input value, target number. So what that's going to be is, let's say, I'm just going to go with the beer pong example. I'm playing beer pong against you. So I would say roll a perception beer pong, and I would add my perception number, whatever that is on my character sheet, plus whatever bonus I get to that because of the skill beer pong.
Now, why are you using perception as opposed to something else?
Because perception's like it covers in a lot of things. It covers like intelligence, skill, pretty much everything that the other 3 don't. So.
Now, what happens if it was just like you need to use a hammer to crush a zombie skull? Would I still be using perception, or am I using my strength?
That's going to be your strength, which incorporates into your attack, because you'll have a melee
what
attack.
dictates that? Just like you do that, or is there actual like guidelines for that shit?
There's some numbers, but once I get your core stats, I'm going to plug them in my little spreadsheet, and it auto-calculate all those numbers, and I'll just tell you what to write down.
Well, you could kind of... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I thought you were done.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
I was going to say, you could kind of think of it this way, like beer pong, like what kind of skills do you use? Eye, hand coordination, things like that. So, like, you would use your perception.
I don't know. The way that I play beer pong is I just try to chuck the pong as hard as I can at the cups and make them explode. So that would definitely be a strength.
Okay. I mean, it could if you use it in that manner. If that's how your skill works, you would use strength.
And it's completely negotiable. If you're like, well, I feel it's will, like overcoming the nervousness of playing beer pong for the first time, I want to add a little will.
When all those eyes are on you, dude, I can.
I'm not always gonna fall for the bullshit, but it's
That's a fucking challenge now.
But it's but it's perception, I would say add your perception score plus your whatever skills you had for your beer pong, that particular skill. That would be your target number. You would type that in. Let's say it's a 56. Type in 56 and hit submit. Rolls all the dice for you, and it's a percentage. So for every 10% you are below the target number is a success. So all you care about is just successes. Negative successes are bad. Positive successes are good. It's simple. So
can we get back to the Siri dice?
If you get -5 successes, that's a critical failure, and something really bad happens. If you get 5,
what dictates whether or not you succeed? The
Oh
game
my gosh.
decides that? Like,
no, your target number.
what are you oh my goshing, Alex? I'll kill you.
So you're rolling a D100, and whatever that roll is. So let's say I rolled a D100 and I rolled
Just because
a 32.
I'm not a fucking glasses pushing, fucking nose clearing nasal cavity motherfucking nerd.
Oh
like
my
you're
god!
This is the first time you've ever role played. You're
Exactly.
Believe
so tell
me.
The fuck up.
Believe me, I've taught 13-year-olds
We've all
how
been
to
there,
do
Daniel.
This. I've
Well,
taught
then stop laughing,
13-year-olds how to
prick.
do this. I mean, they didn't bitch nearly as much. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just pulling a chain. But so I roll a D100. Let's say I rolled a 32, and my target number is 30. Okay, that's one. Okay, so I want to get under the number that I rolled. So
Under or over?
Under.
I want to roll under. So if my target number is 30, I want to roll 30 or less.
Like,
That's why having a high number is like if you have 100 in something, you're never going to fail.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so it's like the percentage of. Oh, okay. So your target number is essentially the
blackjack,
percentage.
basically, right?
Yeah, so somebody who's never played beer pong before is straight up rolling a perception as their target number. But somebody who's played beer pong before is rolling perception plus their skill in beer pong. Which is increasing their target number. Which increases the odd of you rolling under the number.
So can you just have a bazillion like just skills? Like
You have your Gestalt dice. And whatever you spend those on, you could spend them all on beer pong and just fucking rock beer pong if you want.
Oh, so Gestalt dice are essentially like your experience points, kind of like when you like a Mass Effect or whatever that you put in points to level
your
up
experience
the character.
points. Yes, and to get more experience in this system, I give you Gestalt dice. That's how you get experience.
As a future reference, that saying Yennefer dice is going to confuse me way more than saying this is your experience.
Dan, why are you calling it different characters for The Witcher?
The Yennefer dice.
Geralt dice.
It's Gestalt.
Gestalt.
Oh. So it's the guy from Beauty and the Beast.
That's what the book calls them. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
stop.
So experience points dice is, I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Gestalt makes sense. I mean,
Well, I was making a joke, but yeah, just saying that they were experience points would have made like.
I thought you were being serious. I thought you were really confused.
Well, I mean, I was like, the truth is, if you would have said these are like your experience point dice, that would have immediately gone like, oh, okay, I understand.
I did. I said each one
said it in the
represents
beginning,
I must have missed
a year of experience in your life, but no, it's
well, you were
fine.
saying they were representing experience in your life, but that doesn't mean an experience point.
All right, do we need to argue every in
Alex,
we just
I
continue?
will end your life.
It's okay.
Alex,
So
please be patient. We're complete hot.
No, it's not even about patience. It's everybody's arguing about every little thing that was just said. Like, okay, it's experience points. Now let's just move the fuck on.
okay, so does everybody understand how Gestalt dice work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most part.
So, you use them to. That's how they're your experience points. That's how you increase your abilities.
Oh, why didn't you just say that? Go ahead.
Jared's like, I hope he gets like a -10 success.
Yeah, I hope he dies immediately. I'm actually gonna watch. Hey, there's this trap. I mean, GP, you might want to check out in this room.
No, I just feel sorry for anybody who's listening in on Twitch. Yeah.
Oh, God. I didn't realize we were doing that yet.
Well, no, because if anybody's trying to learn, you know, I want them to be able to hear that part. But
That's just stupid as I am. Then,
but I'm not a good teacher, so they're not gonna learn anything anyways. But anyways, so that's how that works. Now, there are skills in the book that you can use, But I'm trying to keep this simple because we have 2 people who've never role-played before. You start getting into all of that, and I'm afraid it's going to start... you know, it's like going from only playing Call of Duty your entire life to going to Fallout. You know, it's like, what are all these stats?
I'll be honest, the first time I
haven't
played
had
the
this
first
much
Fallout...
calculus, so...
Well, here's the thing. It's funny because, like, when looking at this, it reminds me of, like, the first Fallout and how intimidating that was. Like, I had to choose a preset character because I was looking through that character sheet, and oh my god, is it just a lot of, like, just tweaking and balancing. I'm like, I don't know how to do this, so...
And what's funny is these are always things that are, like, simple once you learn them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, like I've even said that, like, there was a person that I was talking to, like, hey, how'd you play that thing on the drums? And I'm like, oh, it's simple. You just do X, Y, and Z. And for me, that's simple, but, like, to a newbie, it's, like, nothing. So Jared's like, it's really simple.
I understand.
You have two Gerald dice, and then those are your things, and then you can take those and combine them with another thing. And you want to hit under that,
I get that.
Put them together, and then that'll be your successes.
I get that,
now,
but
if you get -3 successes, you die. And I'm like, I don't know what you just said. Like,
I get that, but if I say it's really complicated, it's not going to help. So I'm trying to say it's simple so that so that you don't get overwhelmed. It's backfiring. I get it, but
it's not backfiring.
Let's be honest. It's complicated. It's not you. It's me.
It's not you. It's Gaston.
It's simple, but you're making it complicated. No, I'm just kidding. So, all right. So, what you guys need to do. And I think I mentioned it in the Skype, like, be thinking about skills that you have that would be useful in a zombie apocalypse. Be thinking of what you want to dedicate these Gestalt dice to. If it's a skill that's in the book, like, let's say I'm really good at hiding, I'll tell you the bonuses you get for using the one in the book, but I don't want you to like, go looking through the book because I'm afraid it might overwhelm you.
Well, I feel like I'm already kind of not overwhelmed, but like I mean, you could technically have an infinite number of skills. Like, how am I supposed to know what's going to be helpful?
Well, you're playing yourself, so you're supposed to think about, like,
yeah, but I have way more skills than I have Gestalt dice.
I know, but it's a game, and they can't give you like 100 because then people would be like, well, I'm gonna put 100 in katana, you know, I'm gonna put 100 in bow staff, and I think I'm set. Or, you know, it's
right. So, well, I just didn't know if there was like guidelines to like.
Well, there is. So, like, if you spent like a year of your life in Taekwondo, that's 1 Gestalt dice you could associate to martial arts.
Is there any stat for being lazy?
No. If there was, that would be Jared's entire character sheet.
Yeah, I got about 24 years of experience in games. So.
They do have professions, like, you know, artist is the closest I would even be able to associate with you, and it's. I mean, when you guys start getting comfortable for how role-playing games work and stuff, later on down the road, we can start incorporating those things. But for the purposes of this, because I want to get you past the character sheet and to the fun part. So, if we just spend all night doing the mechanical part, then we won't. So, anyways, so just. And you don't have to spend all your Gestalt guys at character creation. You can save them. You can spend none of them. And like in the middle of the game being like, oh crap, I actually took a year I spent a year at a technical school as an electrician, so I have a year. I have a Gestalt dice in that. So you roll it and it becomes a permanent skill. You don't have to spend them all character creation.
If I hold on to that, can I just later just decide, you know what, I don't think I have any skills, I just want to put this all into my strength later, even after character creation, or is that the only time you can use it?
Well, but it has to make sense to you. Like, I mean, because I'm going to be giving you Gestalt dice as we... Well, yeah, but, like, the Gestalt dice that I give you as XP, like, those would be the ones you would put towards your strength, because your strength is what it is. I mean, that's why the core stats are the Gestalt dice you want to spend right up front, because your core stats are going to be, they're like the foundation of your character.
How many salt dices do you get for your core, and how many do you get for the extras?
As many as, like I was saying, if you have a 30 in strength, you get 3 for your strength alone that you can spend. You don't have to spend all 3.
Oh, so you get the 3, so the ones that are you get for your strength or perception or whatever, blah blah blah, those are exclusively for those, but the ones
it's all part of the same pool.
But the ones that you get for being 25, whatever, are those are not for those, or those are also for those?
Oh, wait,
you
actually...
You could spend 10 of your Gestalt dice right up front in your core stats.
Why is it only 10?
No, I'm saying you could. It just depends on what your strength, perception, empathy, and will are.
But I'm really confused now because you said...
So, like,
wait,
okay,
actually,
so
I think this is a good way to phrase this question if I understand what Dan's trying to say. So, like, say, for example, okay, I'm 22 and I start off with 22 Gestalt dice. Do I get an extra 3 because my strength is 30?
No, you can spend 3 of your Gestalt dice
up to 3.
So you're limited to how many Gerald dices you can put into each thing.
Yeah, but the only because the only way you can increase your stats is by using Gestalt dice.
Okay.
No, I get that, but the thing is, I didn't realize there was a limit to how many I could throw into my strength.
Yes, and that's what I was saying before. Is like if you have it's the tens number. So if you have a 29, you get 2.
Okay.
If it's a 30, you get 3.
So I have 29, or I have 3, 2, 3, 3. So then that means that I have 11 dice out of my 24 that can only be used on those stats. After that, the rest of them have to be used for other skills?
Correct.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Cool.
And then, if you want to,
if you don't spend them on your core stats, you can use them on skills, though. I mean, it's...
Right.
Okay.
The thing that was throwing me off was this, like, I was like, well, why don't I just put them all into these stats? But now I realize that you can't, so there we go.
Yeah. And then, so, like, if you have, like, a 29 in... Like, if you have, like, a 29 in strength, and then, so then you'd be able to add 2, and then you would still roll, like, the 1d3 to see, like, how many you actually add, how much more strength you actually add up to your...
So if you had a 29, you could roll 2d3, and then whatever that result was, you would increase your strength by that right then and there. But you would
I wonder why they don't have a rounding
dice.
up thing, because, like, I got fucked out of an extra Geralt dice because I'm only a 29.
And so, like, Jared, like,
if 25 and a half, round up, I don't care.
I was just curious.
Oh.
The one, so if since we're just rolling a d6, are we just doing 2 d6s and then just using 1 and 2 as 1, 2 and 3 and 4 as 2, and okay.
Yeah, or you can do the /1d3 or 2d3 on the chat, and it'll roll a d3 for you. It's just not. It's just not in the default toolbar dice roller.
I don't want to keep asking things out of order, but so like you said, if you get a -5 success, then that's like a bad thing. Do you choose what that bad thing is? Is that like up to the dungeon master?
Yes.
Man, I want to be.
If you're shooting a gun, like they have things in here like all the gun jams or the gun, or they have the suggestions. But I can just say, I mean, I'm not going to say this, but I could say your gun explodes in your face. You take damage.
Gosh, I want to be a dungeon master.
Well, yeah, it's fun, but it's also a lot of work because I mean,
my life is a lot of work, but it is for fun, so I think I can.
Yeah.
But I definitely need to learn all this shit first.
Well, no, that's fine. And the thing is like, and that's why I allow you to add the Gestalt dice as we play, because I care more about the role play and playing the game than the mechanics. Like, you have to have the character sheet because you need to roll to like see something, for instance, like a perception roll to see something or hear something. So you need to have it there. So you need to have the base core stats. That's the most important thing, and that's why I started out with the spew attributes and getting those first, because once we get those, everything else just kind of.
Now, do you have that list of recommended skills or whatever? Because like, I was just thinking back on some of my life things. It's like, well, I've lived on a fucking farm for 5 years, so I know a real lot about farming, but I doubt I'm gonna be walking around a fucking Resident Evil mansion and be like, I can build a farm in here and survive. Like, that skill's not gonna help me very much.
Yeah, like the construction worker gets handyman, or if you're just a civilian, you get handyman, which means you're really good. You get like a +20 for if you're just trying to like build something, or whatever. Just
now,
some people are really good at fixing things.
How much free reign does the character have? Like, let's say, for example, I walk into a room and there was like 3 zombies. Could I just be like, I build a bomb that blows up all the zombies? Like, is that something that I'm allowed to do?
Well, no, because it takes time to build a bomb.
What if I'm really...
each round of combat is 6 seconds. So, in 2 rounds, that zombie could be eating your face off, and it could it's going to take you longer than 12 seconds to build a bomb.
Well, it's gonna take you longer than 12 seconds to do almost anything in the world.
Yeah. Well, but what I'm saying is, if you had a bomb pre-built and you're like, I want to throw this bomb at them, then
well,
yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Totally
can I just build a bomb if I wanted to?
If you have the skill, yeah. If you have the appropriate skills, well, you can attempt it with.
Right, so if I was
as a child, you can attempt it, but you're probably gonna fail, and if you critically fail, bad things happen when you're building the bomb.
So basically, what you're saying is, if I spend any time in ISIS, then I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, but there are like like if you have any engineering, like in chemical, whatever, all that good stuff, like mechanical engineering, any of that stuff or anything that might help you, you can say, well, I've got this, this, and this, and then you get those bonuses to your perception, and then you would roll it, and then you have more chances of success because you have all of those things helping you get your target number up.
Yeah, I understand how the mechanic works. I was trying to understand like how much I can just kind of pull out of my ass.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it's a role-playing game. You can do anything you want at any time. You can just turn around and shoot Stephanie in the face as soon as we start out the game.
Shouldn't have said that.
It's kind of a dick move.
Every man for himself.
I've got a lot of pent-up rage towards Alex right now, so you might want to run, buddy.
Well, keep in mind there's strength in numbers, so if you kill all your numbers, you're hurting yourself. But yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so say for example, at some point in my life, I've been taught how to use a bow and arrow. I am not an expert. However, that is a skill I have. Can I put that in my list of skills, but have like a really low?
Yeah.
Well, no, you can roll as many Geralt dice onto that if you want to get better at it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Correct. Now, you could use archery from the book, and they have tiers. It's another portion of the book, which would require. It's a new,
Okay. I honestly,
topic,
I'm not.
And I don't want to bombard you guys.
I am not going to look into the skills book.
Yeah.
I'm going to use some, stuff that I've based in my own experiences, thinking that it would be helpful.
Well,
now, granted, I don't own
archery might be a
so
3-tier skill. And if you've only did it for a year, that's only 1 tier. So you need 3 years of training in it to be able to have the plus 20 that archery gives you or whatever.
Okay, what about 1 day of training?
But 1 day, then you could use your 1 Gestalt dice, roll a d6, and if you roll a 6, then you get a +6 every time you use a bow.
Wait, a d6 or a d3?
It's a d6. It's only a d3 when you're
increasing your stats?
Increasing your core stats.
Now, what dictates what the level requirement is? Because, like, I understand that you said you want to aim for it to be, like, as close to, but also under the, like, a number amount. But, like, what dictates that? Like, okay, so Steph had 1 day, but she got a 6, so she gets a 6 every time she uses the bow. What does that mean? What is the number she's aiming towards? Like, what dictates that?
Well, okay, so when you attack, you're going to either do a ranged or melee attack. So if she says, I'm spending a Gestalt dice on my 1 year of archery, she would roll that d6, and if she, let's say she rolled a 6, that 6 is now a permanent 6 to her ranged attack with a bow and arrow. So now, let's say her ranged attack is 30, but when she's using a bow, she gets her +6. So now she's at a 36.
Right, but what dictates what the level that she needs to get to? Because now she has a 36, but when she
getting
rolls...
to that. So now you have a 36 as your target number. So now you roll a D100, and you want to get under the 36. So if you roll a 36, then it's a success. If you roll like a 25, it's 2 successes because every 10 below is an additional success. Combat's kind of its own little separate thing. But if you want, I could jump right into it.
Oh no, I was just trying to figure out what the thing is. So you have a number, and then you just want to roll to match the number.
No, you want to roll under. You want to get as low as under
like the Price
that number
is Right
as possible.
That's interesting.
The best you can do is getting 50 below a number. Anything else is still. I mean, because that's 5 successes. 5 plus successes is critical success. I mean, obviously 7 successes is better than 5.
Now, what would happen with a critical success on, like, a zombie headshot? Does, like, his head explode and also take out other zombies or something?
Yeah, I'd probably say you shoot your arrow, it goes through his head and 3 other zombies' heads.
Oh, interesting.
And then, like, the last one the arrow sticks into the wall and the zombie's hanging from the arrow.
So basically, you just want to be really close friends with your GM.
Yeah,
so
and maybe it knocks down some other zombies. Well, I'm not going to be a dick to you guys. I mean, there's a certain etiquette that comes with being a player and being a GM.
I also love that I said GM, but isn't it DM?
Well, it's Dungeon Master or Game Master. Dungeon Master is usually associated with Dungeons and Dragons. GM is associated with anything else.
I was thinking General Manager.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody's got their spews figured out.
I mean.
Yeah.
No.
Not the skills, but.
Well, I mean, I have all my numbers in there, but I haven't figured out like using the Siri dice to like fix it or whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through each of you and tell me what your new like strength, perception, empathy, and will score is, because I'm typing here in my spreadsheet.
Sure.
Well, I need to figure that out.
Oh, I thought you guys already rolled for all that. Okay.
You and Alex, you were walking Alex through it, but you never.
So, Dan, you can roll up to 3 D3s for your strength.
Right.
Whatever that total result is, you can add to your strength.
How do I do the math? Like, what's the equation?
It's three-sided dices. Roll those together, whatever that total number is.
How do I do that? How do I roll?
So just do / roll, and then
3d3. Yeah, / roll space 3d3.
Now, can I just do one D3 at a time and just see how I do?
It'll separate it for you.
Sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it does separate it for you, but.
So like if you.
But the thing is let's say I roll, you know, a D3 and I get a 6, and then I roll another D3 and I get a 5, and I go, well, that's pretty good. I probably don't need to use another D3.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're trying to get it like from a 28 to a 30, and you're like, oh, my first 2 got me to my 30, I don't need to use my third, and that, I have an extra Gestalt dice because of it. That's perfectly fine.
Alright, so here's that. Wow, I got a 1. Fuck you!
Oh!
So while he's rolling, Alex, do you have yours figured out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what's your new strength?
It's going to be 34 for strength, 31 for perception, 33 for empathy, and 37 for will.
Alright, so that was a little fast.
Fuck you!
34 strength, 31 perception.
33 empathy, and 37 will.
I think you gotta use that third die.
Yeah, I used 9 Gestalt dice, and so I have 12 remaining.
Okay. Yeah, I trust you guys that you're deducting these Gestalt dice and using them. I'm not gonna keep track of it, so
that's fine.
I've got enough shit I gotta keep track of.
I updated it on my little chart thing so I can keep track.
I was 26 before I started, so I'm gonna redo.
Yeah, I've got your base here. But yeah, just so you guys know, Outbreak, this is the first edition of this, and this system is terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's very badly written. I backed the second edition. It looks like they improved in a lot of things. So this is you know, D&D would be the ideal system to start out with learning. But we'll get you through this.
We should do that next.
But I think this is I still think this is a solid system. It's not D&D, but it's a great modern. Well, anyways.
I have one more question.
Sure.
Now, let's say that, you know, it seems like everybody's is going to be pretty close to like 30 to 35 with all these things. We're still rolling a 100 for these strengths, right? Is there any way while playing to increase these? Because I feel like they're still pretty
like, you know, after, like, if you guys do really cool things during a session or like every other session or whatever, I'll give you Gestalt dice that you can spend. And you can spend it on core stats, skills, whatever. Typically what I do is...
what the fuck? Okay, sorry.
After one session, I'll say, here's a Gestalt dice. Use it to build a skill that you worked on. Let's say you did a lot of sneaking, alright? So add a D6 to sneak. And then the next session, I'll say, okay, here you have a Gestalt dice you can spend on anything you want. A stat, ability stat, or a skill, or whatever. And then it keeps going like that. So after 10 sessions, you've got an extra 10 Gestalt dice you've spent on stuff. Plus, like, you know, there are things and items and stuff that increase. Like, a flashlight's going to increase your perception because you can see better. So, if you're looking through a dark...
How much? Or
well, if you're looking... If I say, roll me a perception to see whatever's moving down at the end of the hallway, and you're like, well, I have a flashlight. I'm like, okay, well, add 10 to your target number.
So you dictate how much...
Yeah, that's my job. So, well, the book does say, you can look it up in a book and it'll tell you a number, but I mean, the book is guidelines, the DM is law. I mean, if I say something and it contradicts the book, I'm right. That's how it works.
Wow, I need that for like life.
So
I have a question.
Apparently this game hates my fucking guts, because I rolled 3 D3s, and I literally got one more higher than the lowest I could have possibly got. fucking fuck.
Oh. My question is there a difference between the skills hiding and sneaking?
I'm gonna say no.
Good lord!
Okay.
I'm just gonna say chop it down to sneak, and sneak will incorporate hide, sneaking, moving quietly, anything associated with that.
Okay.
How is it possible that I roll 5 D3s and walk out with like an 8? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
It's gonna be one of those nights, man.
Oh, and each time I can use a Gestalt dice to up my skill, right?
Wait, you're supposed to be using D3s, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
For your base stats, yes.
Yeah, for skills you use D6s.
Then never mind. I'm just an idiot. These are actually not too terrible.
Well, dude, at least you realize you're an idiot.
Well, I thought I was rolling like upwards to a 6.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
how the fuck am I getting 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2 out of a fucking 6-sided die? And then I realized I'm just a fucking idiot.
Ooh.
Kill the stream. Fucking kill the
We're doing it live. Wait.
Dude, out of a fucking 6-sided die. Now the question is, Jared, is like, how do I know which ones of these should I focus on? Like, how do I know what's going to be the most helpful? Like, do I need more than 35 empathy? How many different situations will I need to empathize with somebody?
Let me give you some. Perception is going to be the most used by far. I'm just going to straight up say that. But the other skills can get you out of a hard situation. Like, for instance, strength. Whenever a zombie is grappling you, you roll that's the grapple oppose check, and basically you roll a D100 and add your strength to it, and then they do the same thing. So a high strength really helps there. So or if you're trying to close a door because zombies are trying to get through, you and your buddies can all try to shut the door, and you get to add your strength scores together and whatever. So that's where strength comes in. Any associated strength, you know how strength works.
Now, if you and your buddies all help hold the door, are you rolling 3 100 dice, or is it all just accumulating to one?
Yes, you're rolling all of your strengths and all of your rolls, but the zombies are doing the same thing. So
then, how does that help you? Like, I mean,
well, because 3 strength rolls is better than 1.
Maybe, but what if you get 3 shitty strength rolls?
Well, that's the great thing about role-playing games is there's always there's always a chance you'll fail, and you could, but the thing is there's no successes on a opposed grapple check. It's just whatever you roll plus the number, the higher number wins. There is no successes. You can't critically fail. You either fail or you succeed. That's why there's 2 separate macros there, because they're tabulated 2 separate ways, and that's really that's where the grapple comes in. That's really only when you're doing opposed rolls, like grapples and stuff. So it's not going to be used that much. Empathy is pretty much if you're driving down the road and you see somebody on their own, they look like they haven't eaten for days, out in this zombie apocalypse. I'm going to say roll an empathy. To see how you to see if you and if you critically fail, you are going to be overcome with a desire to help this person.
Wait, why would failing make you want to help? Wouldn't succeeding in empathy make you help? Wouldn't failing make you a monster?
Well, actually, the way it is if the higher the empathy, the nicer you are. So succeeding makes you care for people.
Right. So if I critically fail, then why would I help him? If I critically fail,
I'm sorry. That's my bad. I said that backwards. I apologize.
Okay,
if you succeed, then you're going to be like, well, but the thing is sometimes helping somebody can be bad though. Like if you're running from bandits or whatever chasing you, and this person's on the road, you don't want to be the guy that's saying, guys, we need to stop and help this person. So it's a double-edged sword, but whatever, the positive is, that's the success. Whatever the negative is, that's the negative.
So you can basically make me do something even if I don't want to.
No.
Because
I'm going to say roll an empathy to see how you feel towards this person. I can say you can roll a critical success, and I say you really want to help this person, and you can say I don't want to help this person, and you don't have to help the person. You just have to role play it out somehow and say, "Hey guys, I really want to help this person. I'm conflicted," and then they could say, "Shut up, you dickweed," and keep driving.
Dickweed.
Because they all failed theirs or whatever. I don't know, whatever. So it's more of like a stat and like how you just feel, kind of like a passive stat. So if you have like a 1 in empathy, you're pretty much, you just don't give a shit about anything. And so that's where empathy comes in, because in tight situations, you know, helping somebody out, you know, they scratch your back kind of.
And then if you help someone else, the GM would say, "Oh, well, that the GM could come back and say, oh, well, Mr. McGee came back from the dead, and all of a sudden he really wants to give you like $1 million, something like that."
Or you help the person, and he's like, "Hey, I got an extra scope if you want to use this on your rifle," and now you get a plus 10 to all your shots.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that makes sense. We should probably move on.
Okay, so and then Will is like, if there's like a really scary looking zombie, like that comes after you, I'm going to say everybody roll a will save. If you fail, you're panicked. Now you're taking a penalty to all your rolls because you're panicked. You can also use will to calm others to get them unpanicked, to say, "Hey, calm down, man. It's going to be all right." And you can actually, there's a skill that you can dump points into to help with that as well. But we won't get into that right now. I feel like every session we do, we'll get a little bit more, dive a little bit more into the rules. I feel like that's the best way.
All right, well then let's just finish the character development then.
So for now, base core stats, it's all you really need for this first session. Maybe a few skills that we can think of as we're playing through. So Dan, what is your new strength?
34. 33.
Fucking noob.
35.
Fucking
and
noob.
35.
Fucking noob.
I was hoping to get everything to a 35, that way I could be uniform so my OCD will shut the fuck up, but it didn't work. So.
Steph?
Hi! Okay, strength is 35. Perception's 29. Empathy's 35. And will is 37.
Man, Steph got great rolls.
Hi, how
Wish
are
I
you?
had good rolls.
Should I also give you my skills?
Sure, yeah, if you got
okay.
As long as you've got them written down.
I do.
Well, how do you decide what skills you want?
Okay, Dan, the important thing about this game to think about is that it's a lot of creativity and imagination. So think of a skill that you think that it would be appropriate in this setting. For example, I put in sneaking, and because I think that would be a good thing to have, and archery, because that one time I was taught how to use a bow and arrow. Figured that'd be some use because I don't know how to use a weapon. So
how do you decide which skills to put it under? Like, how do I know where a gun is used? Is that under
that would be under perception. Think about this way.
How do you have an empathy?
That's going to go on your attack roll, which is going to be auto-tabulated by these
I know, but on my character street thing, whatever.
Think about it this way. Strength is self-explanatory. Perception is more like range, hand-eye coordination. Things like that.
Just like it is in Fallout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Empathy is things.
Remember how shit.
Empathy is more for like persuasion and like making social decisions among the group. Will is, I think of will with wizards. I really don't know what will would be for will, unless you're casting spells. I don't know.
Cleric,
yeah. I don't know in this particular setting what will would be, but.
Oh, will here is like, for instance, if you're in combat and you want to hold your action to see what everybody else is going, you have to roll a will save to not do anything.
Oh, okay, like courage,
and,
kind of.
If somebody's panicked, you roll a will save to calm them down, to get them unpanicked, or you roll a will save to not become panicked.
Okay.
Other things that basically rely on courage or mental stamina, anything like that.
This is totally like a side note, so don't think that I'm like critiquing the game or want it to be changed. But it is going to be really weird to play as myself, but then have situations where the game dictates me to do something that I wouldn't do. Like, for example,
I'm never going to tell you to do something.
No, you listen to me. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, all I was going to say is like for example, if I was like, 2 zombies walked in, and then you're like, all right, roll a will thing, and then it's like, oh, I critically failed. Now I'm panicked. I'm going to feel really weird because like, I wouldn't fucking panic in that situation. I'd fucking shoot him in the goddamn head.
You know that for sure?
Yeah.
If 18 zombies bust through the door and all you have is your bare knuckles.
If this puts it in perspective, if anything bad happens, I go into machismo fight or flight mode, like 10 motherfuckers.
Okay.
There was a situation where I let my dog out and a fucking raccoon went and attacked my dog. Now this is a fucking raccoon. This thing could have had rabies, and I know it's not the same thing as a zombie, but exactly, I literally ran out the door and fucking grabbed the raccoon by its head and threw it off my dog.
So Dan, here's what you do. You create a skill. You create a skill called Psycho Motherfucker, and you put however many Gestalt dice you want into that, and you'll add that to your will when whenever I say roll for fear or something or anything like that, you'll say, well, I'm gonna add my I'm a crazy motherfucker skill to it, and I get a plus 20 because of the Gestalt dice I spin on it, and I'll be like, okay, well, add that to your will, and now your target number is a lot higher.
I have one more question, because you're playing as Wesker, right? So that's who your character is?
No, I'm playing as Jared as an NPC. I'm not really playing as anybody. I'm the storyteller.
Now, do I have to play as me? Because I think I'd have a little bit more fun playing as somebody else.
No, you don't have to. But if one person's gonna I either would prefer the entire group play as themselves or the entire group play as not themselves. It's weird when you have two people playing as themselves and then one person who's like, I was a kung fu master, and he's like, do like a Michonne, and then you guys are just average, it's kind of so. But I understand that, but instead of like that being weird, use that awkwardness to fuel how you roleplay your character. Like just be yourself. It's the easiest thing to roleplay.
Well, that's the thing is I think it'd be more interesting to try to be something that's not quite me.
Well, but you're being yourself in a situation you're probably never going to be in.
You could be an android from the future, Dan. That's you.
I don't even want to go that crazy. I just want to be I'm a normal, person, but I'm just not me.
Yeah, well, you get to see how well you do in a zombie apocalypse.
Well, I won't see how well I'm doing with the zombie apocalypse because of fucking dice rolls deciding whether or not I do good or not.
Well, see, the thing is you're playing yourself. So if it's something that you wouldn't do, like I'm saying, let's say, the dice are there, and I say, roll to see what's at the end of the hallway, and you're like, I'm blind. I'll never ever be able to see what's at the end of that hallway. And I'll be like, all right, well, then you don't see what's at the end of the hallway, and it works the other way around. I've got 20/20 vision. I know how far I can see. And then I'd be like, all right, well, then you see it. It's
so
not...
So basically, I just barter with you if I call bullshit?
If you feel like the dice are making you... or ruining the roleplay, or affecting the way you role-playing yourself, then don't let me tell you how you would react in a situation.
That's fine.
You know you better than I do.
Okay.
But all I have are the dice because I don't know how you would act. So if you're playing if you're playing somebody else, then the dice... dictate those things more.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I thought that the dice dictate it no matter what. I didn't realize I could barter with it, so that's fine. That's cool. All right, I'm fine with it. I'll be me.
Okay. So.
I hate doing that, but I'll be me.
So I mean,
that was a joke.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead. Continue.
No. So, all right. So here's what I want. And I can explain these as much or as little as you want, but how much you can carry is determined by a thing called a CU, or a cargo unit. Basically, 2 cargo units are your 2 hands, 4 would be your 2 hands and 2 pockets. A book bag is like 6 cargo units. You can, so it's just a unit they use. And if you're like, well, I know I can fit all of these things in this book bag, but it goes over the cargo units, I'm like, well, these fit in the bag. The book is a guideline, okay? They're not rules, they're guidelines. Right. So if you know what you could fit in your book bag, and you can carry it, that's great. Move on. We're moving on, okay? But cargo units are important just so you know how much you're carrying as just so you're just not carrying like 18 bazookas, 40 assault rifle. There's an encumbrance associated with it. So, Alex, your cargo units, and there are ways to increase this. Like endurance skills. Like if you work out, you train. These are skills that would build your cargo units. Because it's basically your strength divided by 5. So yours is it's saying 6.8, but I'm gonna round it to 7. So your cargo units are 7. Same for you, Dan, and same for you, Steph.
We're all really cargo units.
I kind of want to share my stats because my stats are my strength is 25 or 26, perception 32, empathy 42, and will 38. My cargo units are 4.
Jared, you're so empathetic.
Yeah, but it makes sense because I sit in a chair all day, so I'm not a very strong person. Anyways, so your melee attack.
Okay, sorry, I have to, like, BRB, like, not physically. I'm sorry, I just got, like, this message from my company people asking me a question, and I kind of have to answer it.
That's fine.
So it'll just be a second.
Yeah,
so
don't ever let
you can continue. I just may have to ask for a recap when I come back.
That's fine.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Alex, your melee attack is 14. Now, if you have training with like a bow staff, whenever using a bow staff, you would add whatever your skill bonus is to that melee attack whenever you roll with that weapon.
How did you come up with 14 for melee attack?
Do you want to know the formula?
Well, I mean, I was just curious. Like, you know,
it's your strength divided by 5, plus your perception divided by 10, plus your will divided by 10.
Okay, so give me my
melee.
Because
I imagine it'll be probably pretty similar to Alex.
The thing is like when you lose your will, like when you're panicking and stuff, and you lose the bonus to your will, it actually affects like your strength, your attack, and your stuff goes down, and that's why they put will into these stats, because they try to make it as realistic as possible. And you can argue it either way, but so 14 for your melee, Alex.
All right.
14 for your melee, Dan.
I was gonna say, I'd imagine.
And also 14 for both of your range attacks.
Now, why do you mean? Oh, okay, got it.
Well, actually, Alex's yours would be 13 because it's 13.3. So
all right.
Round it down. Dan, yours is 13.5, so yours would be 14. Everybody's base defense is 5. Your full defense is blank. Things like armor and stuff increase that, and that's what determines your full defense. But since you're just going to be wearing jeans and a shirt,
now these melee attacks, defense, and range attack and stuff like that, these are just numbers added to whatever you're doing whenever you have to roll your 100 or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
So yeah, so when I say, okay, when you say I'm attacking this zombie with my weapon, your weapon's going to have a stat associated with it. You'll add that number to your melee, and that'll be your target number that you'll type into the macro. Okay. Your bite resistance, Alex, yours is a 16.
16, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
16%. Dan, yours is a 17%.
All right.
Both of your health is 41.
All right.
Okay.
And that's really kind of all you need.
Viral.
Viral is if you get bit and it breaks the skin, you get the virus going through your skin, and that just determines how quick you turn into a zombie. Once you get bit, you're pretty much fucked. The viral determines how quickly you're fucked. So let's hope that you never have to put anything in viral.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm guessing that this has rules where it's just like you got bit on the hand, and I can't just immediately pull out my machete and cut off my arm.
You can't, like, because whenever a zombie attacks you, I have to roll a d10 to see where it bites you or scratches you, like on your hand, your foot, your leg, your dick. No,
hope it never gets on.
So yeah, but that's all work on my end. You don't need to worry about that. I'll tell you where it bites you.
I'm just putting my birth year and my date of birth. Okay. I don't really...
Now I know we talked about you guys would have whatever equipment you have in your house. I'm gonna make this funner, I think.
No.
Because the thing is you're going to like a fun event. You wouldn't bring your weapons and stuff to a fun event. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, you should change the fucking reward.
So you can bring whatever you would bring to the event, and I'll get into the introduction here in a second. But you don't need to worry about equipment right now. Equipment will also increase your bite resistance. I mean, even jeans are going to increase that a little bit. So
That's a bummer. I actually just went up and like found my list, and I was actually kind of like bringing it down to like how many I'd actually taken. And you're like,
well, I know, but like I had the wrong Alex in the call, so he didn't have any like opportunity to see what he has or anything. And
I mean, I'm sure he would know. It only took
and so fuck you for not knowing.
That only really makes sense if I'm like, hey, we're all hanging out at your house, and then all of a sudden the game starts. You know, then it makes sense that you would have all that stuff. But you're going to a game now, like an event that's supposed to be like a fun little.
I have a question.
Sure.
Now, what if you were the type of person who had a quote-unquote bug-out bag that you kept in your car? Do you know what those are?
Then you would have it in your car.
Okay.
So blue jeans are going to give you a +10, and keep this separate from the base bite resistance, because if for whatever reason you take your pants off or switch, then you can just change the number. But a +10% to your bite resistance for your jeans for your legs. So if I bite you, if I say, oh, he bites you in the legs, your bite resistance is higher because you have jeans on. You get to add the 10%. But if I bite you in your arm, you're not getting the +10% from the blue jeans. So that's why they separate it from body part. So again, just because I know that's a little confusing, blue jeans give you a +10 bite resistance in addition to the bite resistance you have for your legs only.
Where should we write that down? Anywhere?
Yeah, just under equipment or down at the bottom, just write blue jeans +10% bite resistance, and then if you have a pencil just up there in your bite resistance, you can write legs +10%. However, whatever is easiest for you.
Got it.
So, do you guys, any of you guys like wear boots when you go out to a casual event or anything, or just regular gym shoes?
I just wear tennis shoes.
I wear boots on occasion.
But what do you usually? Not.
I mean, if it's the winter time, yeah. I mean, if it's fall, I'll wear boots. I mean, if it's spring and summer, I won't.
You're going to a formal event. Are you wearing?
Well, it's kind of like a murder mystery event. I mean, and yeah, right. Those are kind of formal, but this is like just a, I mean, I'm not going to say it's formal. I'm going to say it's however casual you normally dress.
If you're going to a murder mystery event, Alex, are you wearing boots or are you wearing shoes?
Are you wearing heavy armor? Are you wearing Kevlar vest? Bulletproof vest?
I don't know. I'd probably wear boots if it was formal. If it was a formal fucking murder mystery,
I wear boots every day to work, so. But they're nice formal boots. But they're just gonna add a significant amount to, like, if they bite you in the foot.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's like armor and stuff. If you have any other thing that you normally like, if you're like, well, I always wear these leather gauntlets everywhere I go, just bring it up and we'll associate a bite resistance for it.
What if I carry a knife on me at all times, and a flashlight? What is that?
Okay, well now we're gonna get into weapons, and then we'll be done. Then we'll be ready to go.
All right, now wait for the body gear. Like, what all adds to it? Like you said, boots, but like, I mean, what if I wear a hoodie 100% of the time of the day, like long-sleeved hoodie?
It's light, medium, and heavy clothing, and then it's light, medium, and heavy armor. So, like a winter coat is like medium clothing. So you would get like a +10% bonus or whatever to your torso and arms.
So a hoodie would be +10%.
But I mean, like a hoodie, like a thick shirt. I mean, think of a zombie biting you down. I mean, they're pretty good at biting.
Well,
I would say like 5%. And it's going to give you more than a t-shirt.
Well, I was going to say, if jeans are 10%, I'd imagine a hoodie's probably 10% too. Then.
Well, I would think denim's harder to rip through than, I don't know, whatever.
Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about. See, it's all negotiable, man.
No, I'm just curious.
I forgot to bring my book up, and I don't feel like looking it up.
I don't care. I'll put fucking -10% just to me. Too hot if all you want.
Hi, I'm
back.
But
I know jeans give you a 10 because I have it written down here. So if jeans give you 10 and you feel like a hoodie is
you're
the equivalent, then it's
you're
10.
the general manager, man.
Yeah, but I'm a nice general manager. So
it doesn't matter. I want to do what's right. I'm just asking.
General Motors.
+50.
+50. Yeah. All right, I wrote it down.
I mean,
I'll do
even
5.
a +5's nice, but because it's your torso and your arms. So, all right. So Steph, for you.
Hi, I missed a lot. Sorry.
Not really. For your cargo units,
okay.
Put a 7.
Okay.
For your melee attack, put a 14.
And where do you have cargo units?
Oh yeah, there's not a slot on that character sheet. That's an old ass character sheet. You just write it
has
down.
a CU at the end, but there's equipment bonus and CU. I'm guessing that's how much it means per like item.
Yeah, and then some equipment will give you resistances, because there's 2 types. There's like an impact wound and then like a cut wound or whatever. So certain things are more protective against impact as opposed to like piercing. So you get like a +2 for impact and a +1 for piercing for certain body armors or something. So there's those bonuses, but we're not going to get into that right now because you're not wearing anything that gets into that. So
or at all.
Yeah, but so melee attack, yours is 14. Your ranged attack is a 13, and then if you're using your bow, you would get whatever you rolled for your Gestalt dice as a bonus. Write it down on your equipment and just whatever's easiest for you. Your base defense is a 5. It's always a 5.
Okay.
Your full defense is just leave it blank. That's like if you're wearing armor and stuff, like you get increased defense. Defense is a number that I roll against, so you don't really need to worry about it. But so just leave full defense blank until we start getting into armor. That gives you your bite resistance is going to be 15.
Okay.
And your health is going to be 42.
Okay, now I have a question.
Sure.
This is more like understanding what goes under the hood, but to get the melee attack is kind of like plugging in my strength into like a formula that'll dictate that.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm just trying to figure out like how you came up with the numbers for the melee attack and range attack.
Oh yeah, there's a formula in the book. I have it in a spreadsheet, so it auto does it for me. But like your cargo units is your strength divided by 5.
Okay.
Your melee attack is your strength divided by 5, your perception divided by 10, or plus your perception divided by 10, plus your will divided by 10. The reason why the will's in there is because if you get panicked or whatever, you actually lose bonuses to attack because you're like shaken and whatever. So that's why they have that will in there. Mm-hmm. The range is the same except for the perception is divided by 10 and the strength is divided by 5.
Okay.
And everybody's base defense is 5.
Okay.
Your bite resistance is your perception divided by 2, and then your health is your strength plus your empathy divided, or not your empathy, your will divided by 5 plus your strength.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
So you know how you said that we could barter you? Good. Okay. You said we could barter with you with.
As long as it's not over every little thing, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm just curious because like we have like jeans and boots and stuff like that. Would a beanie add anything to your bite resistance? Like let's say a zombie grabbed my head and tried to bite it as I was running away, but it got the beanie and then the beanie just fell off. Would that help resist my head at all? Because beanies slide off pretty easily. So if it like grabbed me by my head, it would probably just grab the beanie and the beanie would slide off. And
well, I mean that's kind of like for me. It's if they bit you, they wouldn't bite you right on top of the head. I mean like, but
yeah, but I mean it does cover most of my head. I mean the only thing that doesn't cover is my face. So unless they're biting my nose or my lips, which is hot by the way.
Yeah, no, I would say a +5 to your head.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just asking.
But I mean, the rolls can get a little specific because I mean, if I bite you in the face, like your eye, I'm not. That's rare. I mean, it's probably just gonna be head, but that's
bites
fine.
Out your left cornea.
Yeah, because like you could just say, well, the zombie's coming. I bend my head so that it bite, gets my beanie just at the right moment, and that it's. I'm not gonna argue mechanics. So, okay, so and then Steph. Blue jeans, I'm just assuming everybody's been wearing blue jeans. You get plus 10 to your bite resistance for your legs only. Like, okay. So if you get bit in the leg, you get an additional plus 10 to your bite resistance.
Okay, so where do I put that information?
Down at the bottom where it says equipment, you would write jeans plus 10 bite resistance, and then up where bite resistance is, you could if you wanted to write plus 10% in legs, whatever's easiest for you.
Okay, so
if I bite you in the legs, I'm gonna probably say, "Hey, do you have any additional protection on your legs?" And then you'll be like, "Oh yeah, my blue jeans," and then you'll so.
Okay, and this character I'm wearing also a hoodie. So would long sleeves also protect me?
Yes, plus 85 bite resistance. No.
Okay,
wow.
Great.
That's way more than mine.
Yeah, yours is better than his, and you constantly have to mock him about it. That's the only reason, the way you get that is if you always mock him about it.
Awesome.
No, I think we agreed to like a plus 5 to your torso and arms.
Okay. And then I'm also wearing boots. I don't know if that really dictates anything.
Yes, boots are going to give you a significant increase.
Awesome.
Like, you're going to get like a plus 85% to your feet.
Woohoo!
And that's not joking.
I'm wearing
that's
boots
actual.
too now because everybody else is.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that.
We all showed up to the party. To go to the party. And
yeah, but you have head protection and nobody else does. So.
Yeah, but everybody had boots.
I'm not wearing a beanie.
Everybody had boots, and I was like, "Well, I feel left out," so I also put on boots.
So we all went to Boots R Us before we came here and bought boots.
I have some really nice, comfortable hiking boots.
Dan, I don't think I've ever seen you wear boots. That's a fucking lie. So you can't.
No,
do
I had them, but I like I said, I felt left out. So I
no,
said,
no, don't get them.
No, I did. Feel
Dan, I should get Dan. Okay, here. Before we left, I bought Dan a pair of booties for our anniversary gift. I'm like, Dan, you remind me of feet, so here, have some boots.
Okay. Here, write this down, those of you with hiking boots. Plus 85% to ankles and feet, sorry.
All right.
And a plus 10% to strength endurance checks in rough terrain.
Alright, 10%.
I can't imagine you have much rough terrain inside a man.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Rubble, destructive rubble. Okay, so 10% increase for what?
Strength endurance checks.
Strength?
So, strength endurance checks in rough terrain.
In rough terrain?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't always get plus 10 to strength endurance, only when you're in rough terrain, like if you're hiking in the mountains, or for instance.
Sweet!
Okay, so last thing, and then we'll be ready to go, and that's weapons.
Now, one more question. Does shoes add anything? Because if blue jeans add something, then regular shoes have to do something too, don't they?
Like kind of shoes? Maybe endurance?
Yeah, I'd have to look that up. I have a spreadsheet here. I don't have it written on my spreadsheet. But I can look it up.
No, I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, I figured if boots added something, I think shoes would too.
Let's find out.
Nope, it doesn't add anything.
Alright, cool.
Dude, who is excited for the Star Wars Battlefront beta that comes out at midnight, dude?
Woot woot.
I don't think I'm gonna get much sleep tonight, to be honest. Hey, Jer.
Yep.
I love you.
Alright.
These fucking amateurs with their no role-playing game experience.
Excuse you, sir.
We'll learn them good.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't really know much. I've only played D&D like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, but
so.
you're gonna if you go to this and then you play D&D, you're like, wow, this is super easy. Look how they lay out things so nicely and.
Yeah, this is already becoming way more complicated than D&D.
Oh yeah, this is. I'll be the first one to tell you that this is a poorly written book, but it's supposed to be like a very risky, high risk of death, like as close to a zombie apocalypse as you can. So they have to have like all these separate little crap. They felt it was necessary. I'm not seeing anything for shoes in here. I'll give you a plus 5%. I don't care. It's better than being barefoot, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, if boots are going to give you 85%, I figured a shoe...
Alright, so 65%. There you go. You have some brand new Adidas hard Asian-made
Well, I actually wear
leather.
pretty good shoes, so they're pretty tight. They're pretty taut. They're pretty tough. They ain't no fucking
65.8% now.
Oh my god, I'm loving decimals.
No. Yes, so... I think 65 is good. Really the only time they bite you in the feet is if it's like the zombies that have been like their torsos been cut in half and they're crawling. And most of the time you can get away from them. Yeah, most of the time you can get away from them in time. So it's not really that huge of a. But
What if you open a door and it was laying by the door and like you didn't even see it and it was already nibbling at your ankle?
So I'm not going to tell you what your weapons are yet, and there's a reason for that. And you'll see here as we get started. So I'm ready to get started. Is there any questions? I know there's probably a lot of gaps that need to be filled, and I understand that.
I say let's just kind of jump into it and we'll ask questions. But if I'm the first to die, then I require to have at least 1 or 2 prayers for my
Jared will jump in and sacrifice himself, and I'll kill Jared.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. Don't rely on that. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go do some talking here. On like Outbreak and then some rules like metagaming and stuff and then the introduction. I hope you don't mind if I go on a little rant here.
Nope.
But
I don't mind, but you have to do some sort of voice.
Hello. Well, hello guys. We're gonna okay, so this is a little introduction to Outbreak Undead. So Outbreak is a survival horror type system, and thus you should be warned going into this that it is very possible that you may die. If that happens, we will make you a new character, if you'd like. This means you will want to think about what you want to do and how you are going to do it in the game. Roleplay is the most important thing. I cannot stress that. If, for instance, if you're trying to persuade somebody to do something, your role is less important than what you actually say. If you make a very convincing argument, that's what's important. The role's only going to help you or hurt you, but the role play is the most important thing, and I can't stress that enough. Do not let, and I'm just reading from the paper here, so I may repeat myself. Do not let the mechanics distract you from your immersion into your character. You can ask questions about your surroundings, search and sneak, whatever you want to do. If you need more description on what's in this hallway, ask. Say, well, are there any paintings? Maybe that's important to what you're trying to do. Just ask. Do keep in mind that if you make lots of noise, for example, you could be attracting unwanted attention, or maybe even alerting an innocent in need that you are near. So, for instance, if you have a shotgun, you get a bonus to intimidation, but it's really loud, and it could attract zombies. And there's a thing called risk in this game that I keep track of. You don't need to worry about it, but as that increases, the more and more chance of zombies coming towards you. So making a lot of noise is a bad thing. So but anyways, my number 1 rule is to have fun. If that means making lots of jokes, then so be it. I will be NPCing myself to help acclimate you guys into the game and into role-playing in general. One last thing, this is a Resident Evil themed game, so to speak. But do not expect everything to be like Resident Evil, game or movie. I like to add my own creativity to the games.
I just want to do a version of this at some point where I just play as Mary from the original release of
Jill,
you could do that.
Don't open that door. Yeah. Wait a minute.
But if you're going to do that, you would want to know all the rules in the book and use all of them to your advantage. So for general
for this we'll do honest, but I definitely want to do that at some point. Yeah. Barry, you're here too.
Yeah.
Jill, you're here too.
You always have to say something weird and corny.
Yeah, you just have to deliver your line as if you've never learned how to speak.
This
hall is dangerous.
Okay, but I want you to know going into this, not to treat this like a Resident. I mean, it's a Resident Evil theme, but don't think that it's gonna be a Resident Evil like game. Like there may be a floating banshee monster or whatever, and I'll say that it's some crazy bioengineering.
I was gonna make the same joke.
I don't want to hear that's not canon because I told you ahead of time that it's my own thing.
That's not canon.
What if I type it? Then you don't have to hear it.
What if I whisper it to you?
Like for instance, everybody says, "Well, you shoot a zombie in the brain," but maybe I want the brain's not what's important. You gotta shoot him in the heart. I'm not saying that's the case because that's stupid. But
Actually.
So, just treat this as Jared's homeroom supernatural survival game that your characters think is a Resident Evil themed mystery game.
Okay. I have a plot question. Why would you invite somebody to die if you were their friend?
Well, you know what?
He said he was different.
That goes into the rules.
Statement,
so metagaming. So, this is out-of-character action where a player's character makes use of knowledge that the player is aware of, but that the character is not meant to be aware of. So basically, you know that this is probably going to go south out of game, but in game you don't know that. So don't be like, why would we go here and get attacked in game? Because in game you don't think you're going there to be attacked.
Can I be obviously unknowing, but like obviously also hinted that something's like can I be like I got a bad feeling about this like constantly like
if doing something like this would give you a bad feeling, you know, of course, yeah, you've played Resident Evil, you're going to a mansion that looks just like it. I mean that's understandable.
It's also called psychotic.
Yeah. But it's fun.
Now I do have these things, action points and hero points. They're my own little thing. It's not part of the system. These are there to help you guys. Basically, action points. Like I will reward you if you roleplay your character. There's like a good scene, like a good interaction and roleplay where you guys really get into the story and roleplay it really well. I may reward you with like an action point or something. Or if you just like save this damsel in distress from 13 zombies, be like, wow, it's very heroic. You have a hero point, and you can use them at any point. Action points are more minor. Like for instance, if you're in combat and you're like, I want to shoot my gun another time, or I want to re-roll my dice, or I want to be able to also jump over this thing during my turn. That's what action points are for. Hero points are like, I want to tip over the table, do a backflip, cut the zombie's head off, and land behind the table and then shoot another zombie. That's a hero point, and you could legitimately do all of that with one hero point. Hero points are badass. And I say, okay, deduct a hero point, and then we move on. Like, I mean, you get to do all the flair, and you know, and they're all negotiable. You can say, well, can I use my action point for this? And we can talk about it too. So they are valuable. It's a reward system, and there to help to encourage you to get into the game more and stuff. So, all right. With that being said, the introduction to the actual game. Yay. You guys ready?
Ready.
Yep.
All right. One day, you receive a mysterious letter in your mail from your good friend Jared, or J-Man.
Also, you never answered my question. I don't mean to interrupt.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What was that?
Why would my good friend J-Man want me to die in a zombie apocalypse?
Because he secretly hates your guts.
Doesn't sound like a good friend to me. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. These are all good questions you can ask him now. You open the letter to find it's actually poison and you all die. Now, you open the letter to you open the letter to find it is an invitation to a murder mystery type party, and the location is rather close to you guys. Steph just happened to be visiting this week, and you figure this is why he chose this date, a date you'd all be close. You attempt to call Jared to speak about the event, but his voicemail simply says, "Hello, I am busy working on the Resident Evil 7 grand opening murder mystery game. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, but if not, I hope to see you there." You take another look at the letter and read it in its entirety. Here's what it says. "Hello, Jared Smith here. Wanted to invite you to a special murder mystery game in honor of the new Resident Evil 7 game. This is not your ordinary murder mystery game, and I suggest you bring a book bag containing, sleeping attire, because it's going to be a multiple-day event. I have covered the costs for you and hope you will attend the 2-day event." There you go. The building we will be utilizing is a mansion that is said to be built in honor of the game and will be used for the entire event. All food, drinks, etc. will be provided free of charge as well. Prizes will be awarded to the top players of this game and title of Resident Evil Champion. Hope to see you there and invite all of your friends. Jared.
That's totally...
Okay, so you guys all drive together, I assume. It's raining outside.
My car with my bug out bag.
Okay, that's fine. And you pull up to there's like a little parking lot, and then you've got to take a small little hike up a hill, and it's kind of like on this hill, and it's a huge mansion, looks just like the mansion from Resident Evil, the Resident Evil games. It's not exact replica, but it's close. So
somebody is really like breathing into the mic.
It's probably me. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna turn off this music that we've been listening to for the past 2 hours.
It honestly stopped playing for me. It hasn't played anything.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just me or...
Sorry, I'm just gonna select some music here.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys approach the big front doors, you knock, and this guy right here answers the door. Introduces himself as Phil, and he says he's the butler. You know, if you need anything, he takes your coat and whatever else you bring with you that you want to store, like, you know, your overnight bag or whatever. He'll take it all, and he'll let you guys in. Now, when you walk in, got it's kind of dark on the inside. Most of the light is candlelight.
Can you remove this picture of Phil? Because I can't see it.
Of what?
Put up a picture of Phil, and now I can't see it.
Oh, just click somewhere off the screen and it'll go away. Sorry, I'm gonna turn this music down so loud. And you guys can manually control your music volume in the gear thing in the options there. But you guys walk in, and you see me standing here, and I immediately greet you. First of all the lighting is it's like a candlelight, like I said before, except for in the center of the room right here is a hanging chandelier, and that is that seems to be giving off most of the light, as it's got like tons of lights on it, but that's the only light coming from electricity. Everything else is lit candles to kind of set the mood. You see these other people here you've never met before, and Jared will run over to you guys. Sorry. Welcome. I'm glad you guys could make it. Just drop your things off here, Phil. We'll get them for you. He's already got them. Come meet some the other diehard Resident Evil fans. And he kind of like leans over and whispers to you guys, and he's like, it was cheaper to book the place with more people, so apologize for the strangers. But then he'll quickly start introducing them as like, this is John, and you could tell that I don't really know anything about him myself. Like, I just met him. He's like, this is John. He's the handsome guy. This is Gary. He seems to be the brains. And they kind of don't like my labels, but I just keep doing it anyways. This is Ted. He seems to be rich. And then I say, no, I'm sorry. Ted is leading the event. So. Sure.
Is this Phil talking right now, or is this you?
This is me, Jared.
Okay.
Ted is the guy leading the event. He's the one who will be. He's the host. And I say, Tanya. I'm sorry, I don't remember that much about you, Tanya. And then I kind of like awkwardly move on to the next person. This is Lisa. She's a construction worker, and there was somebody else. And then you see like this guy over here, like playing with the candle, and he's like, "Oh, that guy over there, that's Skeet," and he clearly looks like a fucking hillbilly. And he's like, "That's Skeet." And I'm like, the kegs over there, I point to like, there's like 3 kegs set up. Skeet's got like his what do they call that?
You say cakes or kegs?
Kegs, like beer kegs. what do they call that hair? What party in the
mullet?
Mullet. Yeah, his mullet's got like beer. He's got like beer soaked in the back of the long portion of his mullet, so you can tell he's already dove into the keg beer. But he's like, or me, I'm like, yeah. So the kegs over there, or the kegs are over there, and once you're ready, we're gonna all meet up in the center here, and Ted will explain how this will go down. So, at this point, is there anything you guys want to do?
I kind of want to go upstairs.
Do whatever you want. I gotta refill my drink. It's just right here across the room, so keep talking.
Is that you role playing or?
No,
both.
I mean
Both.
Well, what should we do, guys? Should we go upstairs, or should we intermingle? Should we talk to anybody here?
I walk over and start talking to Tanya because she's attractive.
Okay.
By the
All right,
way,
go you. Do you want me to be your wingman?
I have to ask this, Steph. Is it gonna make you uncomfortable if I'm role-playing somebody like hitting on you or something?
No.
It makes me uncomfortable.
No. It makes him uncomfortable. It makes me as long as it.
I won't do it if it makes you uncomfortable. But when I roleplay,
I'm just gonna act like it wouldn't in any situation. I'll probably punch you in the face. I'm just kidding.
Not me, it's Jared. I was gonna. Jared isn't going to, obviously.
No, but what she's saying is if somebody comes up and flirts,
yeah,
you might punch them in the face.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you better watch it, Steve. You're fucking drunk.
I need
to
know my limits.
Listen, buddy. We've had some good times together, but we
So, Alex, roll to see if you're physically attracted to Steph now.
Damn.
Alright, hold on.
Not weird.
Hold on.
Damn.
What do I roll? Oh, I got a 2.
All right. You rip off your clothes. No, I'm just kidding. And just start humping her leg. No, so Jared says, whenever you got, explore, have fun, just meet back up here in the center and we'll get started whenever you're ready. He says, just so you know, all the doors are locked at the moment, but you're more than welcome to go upstairs.
Can I talk to Phil?
Yeah, he's like, there's kind of like a pile of stuff, of everybody's stuff over here, and he's like taking them one by one.
Okay.
And putting them in his pile.
Being all completely serious, I actually want to kind of get a better look at Tanya just because she was so not memorable that was kind of odd to me. Like, that stuck out. Like,
no, I was just role-playing Jared's terrible memory.
How am I supposed to know that? I'm
good point.
Who this girl is. You don't know who she is, and I'm just curious. You invited her to your...
Why isn't it showing the picture? It should be showing the picture.
It showed up, but then it, like, glitched. All right.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, well, so as long as you guys can see it.
Okay.
Worst
so,
case,
like, can I ask Phil a question, since he's, like, the butler?
She looks like a nerdy Uma Thurman. What now?
Can I ask, because, like, Phil's a butler, right? So he's been in this mansion for a while, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so, like, let me ask him, like, a question. Can I ask him a couple questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, Phil, how long have you been working here as the butler? Can I respond
as Phil?
No, I do all the NPCs. So.
Well, can I do his voice at least?
What are you gonna do, Dan? Read what Jared writes in the chat?
I could tell you really want to be a GM, but yeah.
No, I just want to do a funny voice.
Yeah.
I've been working here since the 1906.
So he kind of looks up as to think, and he's like, I would say probably going on 15 years ever since the mansion was built.
Going on 15 years.
All right, Dan. Can you just let Jared do this thing?
I thought he said have fun, Alex. Fuck you.
Well, have fun, not interrupt.
But yeah.
Maybe that's how I have my fun.
Then get out.
Okay.
All right.
Door's locked.
But yeah, so Steph, roll me a do you have any knowledges of like architecture or anything?
About like what they look like and things, but not about any of the technical stuff.
Right,
no.
Well, then just roll me a straight up perception. What you're gonna want to do is hit that basic attack roll. Your target number is gonna be your perception. You're not gonna get any bonuses.
Alrighty. Okay, so -7 successes.
Okay. Then you never mind. Moving on. All right, you.
Wait, but I have some knowledge about architecture and stuff.
Oh wait. I thought you said when you get past -5, something terrible happens.
Yeah, but this is just to know something, to notice something.
I took 4 years.
Okay, so
3
I
years
didn't
of
notice something
architecture.
at all.
Yeah, if you didn't notice anything, I'm not gonna say, oh, you totally didn't notice what I was. There was something there you could notice. I'm just gonna be like, oh, nothing happens.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah,
actually didn't notice so hard that you forgot something you already knew.
You actually don't know where you are right now. No.
What about me, Jared? What about me? I know.
If you're listening in on the conversation, you're more than welcome to roll.
Sweet.
Can I ask Phil one more question?
Oh yeah, sure. He kind of like he's mumbling when he talks a lot. At some points it's hard to understand him, but he is really old. But yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right. Hey Phil, I have one more question if you don't mind. Have you noticed anything bizarre happening in this mansion? Now, I don't mean like kind of like the game we're playing here, but more like actual supernatural things happen.
He's like, yeah, there's been stories of it haunted, doors shutting on their own, but I don't believe in that poppycock.
Poppycock, yeah.
Okay.
He's like, it's a perfectly, and he kind of is like, he's firm on this answer. He's like, this is a perfectly normal mansion, and, you know, you'd be surprised how many people ask me that question.
Okay. Well, thank you, Phil.
How do we dictate whose turn it is, or we just kind of all just scream over?
Just go, yeah. I mean, in combat, there'll be initiative, but as far as free, you know, you just do whatever.
I actually have 2 things that I want to do. I don't know how many turns I get. I want to check the door for anything unusual, like maybe that it's locked.
Did you want to continue interacting with Tanya? Did you want to ask her anything?
Well, yeah, I was actually going to talk to Tanya too, but I was just.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do it all, man. All right. So, what do you want to say to her? She's like, "Oh, hi, and your name is Grunting Pixel." No, your name is Dan.
Let's go, Dan. And then I say, "Yep, that's my name." Do I just ask it as if this was a person, like I'm just having a conversation?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Just, we're no longer in a game. This is real life now. No,
well, I mean, we keep jumping in and out, so I'm just kidding.
I know.
All right.
But she seems very shy and timid. Like she's very soft spoken, and she's like, yeah, hi, I'm Tanya. And she kind of gives you this like limp handshake. It's not a very firm handshake.
Okay. Jared didn't remember who you are. Is that common with you? How well do you know Jared?
Oh, well, we all just met, so you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you meet?
Oh, the online invitation that he sent on his Twitter page.
Oh, so he invited everybody that he knows, like even like just on Twitter. How'd you get onto his Twitter?
Apparently, he only knows like 8 people.
Well, if he only knows 8 people, then how did you end up on his Twitter?
Well, I got wind of it from a friend, and she told me about it.
You like Resident Evil then?
I mean, to be honest, and she kind of like whispers to you a little bit. She's like, I really like Ted. But I don't really think he's noticed me, and you know, we're both around the neighborhood, and I figured, you know, this would be a good chance for me to get to know him, and you know, my friend said that he was gonna be here, so.
Okay.
But you know, do you know Ted?
No, I've never met him. I've only ever met Alex and Steph, and Jared, obviously.
I'm sorry. Did I say? I apologize. Not Ted. John. John is.
Dude, that's the coupling that I was looking for. Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, not. Ted is the host. John is the guy that she's here.
When it was Ted, I was like, oh, that's son of a bitch. But now that it's John, I want them to have babies because they're gonna be pretty babies. So I'm gonna be totally on top of this.
Can I talk to John afterwards?
You guys do whatever you want. Yeah, you wanted to do something with the door.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at it, see if there's anything unusual. An extra lock, no lock.
Yeah,
the fact the handle doesn't turn from the
sturdy ass door.
inside.
I mean, it's a solid wooden door with like metal inlayment. The hinges are massive, and this thing's got like these big, massive locks on the inside. It also has a board you can put in front of the door, kind of like in the medieval times when they for gates. Like if you wanted to, you could stop a truck from coming in, from ramming this door.
All right, now if I try the handle, does it open or is it stuck?
Yeah, it opens.
Okay.
The rain's pouring outside.
And then Phil says, "What the fuck are you doing?
Like,
you're
letting the heat out." Like the candle next to you blows out. The wind blows this candle out.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like, son of a bitch," and he's like
I
walking over there.
Go light it.
Takes his candle lighter and lights it.
All right. Then the last thing I do is I go up to Alex and I ask him to accidentally knock the pin off of Tanya's shirt so that I can watch her bend over.
Okay. She rolled perception and heard you say that. Roll initiative. You're fighting now. No.
Damn. All right, I'm done. I might do something in a minute, but I'm just looking.
No, that's fine. That's kind of how it goes. Stephanie, you want to do something? I haven't heard from Alex. Whatever.
I was gonna say Alex hasn't done anything yet. So
I kind of want to go upstairs. See what's going on.
Let me ask one NPC one more thing.
Well, I was gonna say, should we continue down here before we go upstairs?
I can take Alex upstairs and leave you guys downstairs. No problem.
Oh, should we stick together? I'm scared.
Yeah, Steph's scared.
Wait.
So these arrows are just me telling you the direction of the stairs. So the arrow there is down, and then it goes up and around.
Yellow. What am I talking about? What is this red negative like sign above this Jared emblem?
So there's a door right here. I see.
Okay, what is
blue
this?
things are doors.
I'm gonna want to try to open
that's
it.
a health.
That?
That's a hit point bar. So like, yeah, if my hit points are now 15, you'll see that my health bar drains. See?
Okay, that's one. Now, do you want to have those visible? Because I noticed that only you and Skeet have it, which means something.
Yeah, I didn't know your guys' hit points when I made your tokens, so that's an easy fix.
Okay.
So I want to try to open this door, Jared. If that's okay.
Yeah, it's locked.
Which door?
He's upstairs. He's in a different map.
Oh, okay.
Should we follow then? Because it shows that he's down here. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, and you can kind of look over the balcony. Oh yeah, here. Well, that's there. You can look over the balcony and see everybody below. If you wanted to, you could jump onto the railing and swing from the chandelier if you wanted to. That's like, you're like way up there, right with the chandelier, and they're like 10 foot below you.
How do I go upstairs?
See, and you guys see Alex up there. Jared's like, "Do you want a beer, Alex?" And he's got like a beer in his hand. He looks like he's about to throw it to you.
They're like, "Yeah, man, pass that shit up."
All right, watch me fail this roll. Oh man, I nailed it. You get a spiraled beer pass, perfect spiral.
How do we see your rolls?
I'm rolling here on my. I have actually dice. That's how big a nerd I am. I have actual dice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you can fake that shit. You got to roll in this channel.
I'm a DM. I'm allowed to fake whatever I want, but I'm not going to.
It's true.
There's a certain level of trust that has to come with it.
You roll in the game.
No, because I don't like the Roll20 roller. I don't feel like it's as random.
Well, then that's bullshit.
Plus, it's quicker for me to just roll my dice.
The GM do whatever he wants.
I'm not gonna cheat you, man. I promise.
No, I just wanted to see it. I'm a visual man.
Well, here,
I rolled a 13 on the dice. A 13 on the dice.
Here, he can type it in the chat box. How about that? So we all have a frame of reference.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
The quicker I can do things, the easier my job is. The easier your guys' job is. So, So, anyways, perfect spiral to you, and it just kind of lands in your hands. Jared looks impressed that he threw it that well. He's like, "Damn."
Damn, son. Thanks for that beer, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, is there any way that you could open this door?
He's like, "Yeah, I'm told that once the event starts, that's when the door, or a door, or the doors, or whatever will unlock. So we gotta wait for the event to start."
All right, sweet. I'm gonna come back down then. I'm ready to get started.
All right, I just want to ask Skeet a question. Now, you said he was playing with one of the candles.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay, yeah.
He was playing with one of the candles, right?
Yeah, he's like taking his finger and like going through the flame, like people do with the flame, like, "Oh,
okay,
it's not burning me." He's clearly really drunk.
Oh, okay. Probably not the opportune moment to ask him anything.
He's like, "Oh, look what we got here."
Oh.
He kind of like bows to you.
Yeah.
And you get this whiff of beer and BO as his as he bows and his head gets closer to you. And it's so repulsive. And he's like, you here alone? You here with anybody?
I'm actually.
He's got like 8 teeth.
Oh God, I'm actually with my friend and my boyfriend, Dan.
Which one's Dan?
He's the orange one.
Oh, you could totally do better.
Okay, sorry. He is the tall guy who's right next to the girl over there, Tanya. And I point over to where Dan is standing.
He's looking clearly really drunk. He's kind of like barely being able to keep his balance, and he's like, "Phil?"
No, kind of next to Phil.
And he's like, oh, okay, I see him. Okay, the little guy there. Oh, yeah. Kind of puffs out his chest a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, Steph, how's it going?
Hi, Dan. So, Skeet, how did you know Jared? How'd you, get the invite? And all that?
Jared? Who the hell's Jared?
Oh, so you were just around the neighborhood and you just came up to this mansion?
I heard there's gonna be free beer here.
Alright, fair enough. So, do you have any interest of, like, this part, like, this mystery thing, or are you just here for...
I don't know, something about some resident festival. I don't know. Probably some Jewish thing.
Yep, probably. Okay, it was nice talking to you.
Mazel tov.
Yep. You too.
You hear him mumbling something to himself like, oh, I could totally swing from that chandelier. Oh, yeah, if I just... He goes back to playing. He seems very fascinated with this candlelight.
Now I go and talk to Jared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm playing beer pong at the point, or I'm setting up beer pong.
All right, now, how, like, when you were up there with Alex, obviously I was down here, but you said that you couldn't open the door until the event or whatever. Would that be something I could have heard? Because you were on the balcony.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah.
Well, then I just go up to you and I want to say, like, so, are you hosting this event? Like, did you just invite me? Are you just as much of a guest as I am? Or do you have some sort of insider stuff?
I booked it, and it was cheaper. It was cheaper the more people you had, so I just, like, I don't know, went on various social medias and told my friends to invite their friends, and this
so your only job was to invite people, or
well, this is my idea. I wanted to do this. I thought it'd be fun. Okay,
so if you wanted to do
7
this,
comes out in like 2 months, and I wanted to celebrate.
If you wanted to do this, then why don't you know what that door does, or why can't we open it?
Well, it's like a murder mystery. You don't know. It's part of the fun. You don't know what's behind the door until the host gives you the key, and then you guys all explore together.
And Ted is the host, or is that Gary?
Ted.
Okay. All right. Okay. And now, is there anything that I can, like, specifically ask to you as the general manager, not the?
Yeah, no, you can. Right. I mean, you could say, like, out of game. What about this? But
all right. Well, I do have one of those.
But like, have you ever been to like those things where you get locked in and you got to try and figure out how to get out?
I've never been to one. I've heard of them.
Well, that's kind of the same concept here. It's like you're supposed to be left in the dark.
Well, I just didn't know if Jared was fake leaving us in the dark, or if he was.
No, you have no reason to be suspicious.
He's playing along, or does he not actually know?
He sent you a letter inviting you because he sent a letter to a lot of people inviting him, but he really wanted you guys to come because he knows how hardcore Resident Evil fans you are. So.
All right, now then I have one question then.
Sure.
Standing in this area with all the candlelight, which is weird but could be mostly to set the mood, is there anything that I can see down here that just doesn't look like it fits, like this is off, or catches my eye? Like, maybe one of the doors upstairs doesn't fit the period in terms of aesthetic, or maybe there's a door that's cracked open, or something on a table that's not right, or is there anything that I can see here?
Would you consider yourself a very aware person, like very good at noticing things?
Well, I'm an environment artist, so I destroy environments when I walk into them. I pick them to pieces.
If you want, you can spend some Gestalt dice on developing a skill to help you with this perception roll I'm about to ask you to make. To notice.
And Gestalt dice are 3s?
To notice anything out of the ordinary. So it's your perception plus...
That would be 6.
Yeah, your perception plus whatever... Yeah, however many D6s you decide to contribute to it.
Wait, I thought Gestalt dice were D3.
No, those are only for the character. Those are only for the 4 main core.
Only for your spear stats. Everything else, it's a D6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then I'll just say roll D6. I got a 5.
Okay, so now you have a permanent. Now deduct the Gestalt dice, and you now have the skill, like investigation or notice or however you want to word it.
I'm gonna roll more than that if I can.
That's fine.
I'm gonna do a /R.
Think of it as every dice is a year of your life that you dedicated to it. I know that's kind of cheesy way to put it, but.
Well, I technically I've been doing this for 5 years, but I don't know if I want to use 5.
Yeah, you could use 5. I mean, you don't. I mean, you can use as many as you want. I'm not gonna argue you on it. It's just kind of a way to look at it, if you will.
I don't know if I announced this before we started the game, but I also have like under empathy, a persuasion skill, which I rolled with my Gestalt dice for earlier, and I got a 2 on it. Just to let you guys know.
Okay, yeah, as long as it's on your character sheet, and I'm saying, hey, you're making this roll, you're like, well, hey, I got this, just because I'm not gonna remember everything you guys have.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but go ahead. So, whatever you get done with that, add that to your perception score, and that'll be your target number on your roll. And
okay, so then that'll be 45. And then how do I roll? I just go
really
basic full attack.
Yeah, and then 45 would be your target number, which is really good. That if you think now for average person.
0 successes.
Okay, so you I mean the biggest thing that sticks out to you is like how dead on this looks like the Resident Evil mansion from the first one, and obviously the first one, and it's like, why would somebody spend all of this money to build an exact replica of? It seems that's really the oddest thing you're getting right now. I mean, there's no like pictures where the eyes are moving or anything like that. So there's a very large picture right here hanging on the wall, the top of the.
Can I ask who it is of, or do I not
It's a picture of Spencer from the Resident Evil games.
Okay, so it's
Check the painting.
Yeah.
Can I check the painting?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Is there anything you want to do, Alex?
I think I'm gonna ask Ted some stuff here.
Okay. So you can see Ted's like gathering, like there's a table in the middle, and he's like putting some things on it. You can see he's got a key around his neck. It looks rather elaborate. It's got like a diamond shape on it, and he, when he bends over to put stuff on the table, it like dangles out and hangs from his neck, so it's clear to see. And he's got like a walkie-talkie on his belt, and he's clearly just laying out stuff. There's cards and like tokens. Clearly like this looks like a game kind of thing. So he's just setting it up a little bit.
Hey Ted, it looks like you have a lot of supplies here to start this game off. I mean, how serious is this? I mean, is this event here that we're talking? I mean, I know it's,
He stands up straight. He's very well dressed, and he's like, once everybody's ready, we'll gather around and I'll explain everything, and I'll let you know what it's all about and the rules, and if you have any questions after that, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Hey, great. That's a pretty cool looking key. Mind if I just look at it?
Nope, you can't touch the key yet.
All right. Well, thanks for anyways, Ted. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have a game question.
Takes his job seriously. Sure.
Now, let's say I looked around and I rolled a fucking shitty success, whatever, and I didn't notice anything. Can I do that again to see if I catch anything a second time, or is there just like no bullshit?
Yeah, you could just say, hey, I'm gonna look in every nook and cranny more intense, instead of just a glance. Okay. And you could I'll give you probably like a bonus or something to your roll.
Okay.
But if there's nothing in this room, I'm still going to allow you to make that roll, and you could roll like a critical success, and I'll be like, well, you don't really notice anything out of normal. But if that's the case, I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm just saying. So don't be upset if you are like, I went out all my way to do this and nothing. And so, anyways, but
also,
sure.
Something to keep in mind. I'm sure this would be critical. Like I'm sure in this like lobby area, you can make as many rolls as you want, but keep in mind that each roll is like 6 seconds. Is that how it works?
In combat, like when zombies are attacking
in combat?
you, combat is 6 seconds per round, and you'll take turns, and everybody will get their turn in combat, kind of like Final Fantasy, where you get your actions, then they get your actions. You take your actions, they take your actions. When it's back to your actions, 6 seconds has passed.
Okay.
Essentially.
Okay, I wasn't sure whether it's like, if we're in like in a dangerous situation, it's probably not wise to investigate so many times because there's the risk of zombies coming in,
Yes, but I mean, but that's wise thinking. Like, if if you were afraid that actual zombies were in this house, which your character wouldn't be at this current time.
Yeah.
Then yes, lingering around would be, because there is time in this game, and it does, if I say at time 5 something's gonna happen, then something's gonna happen at time 5 regardless of where you're at. So.
Okay.
I mean.
All right. Yeah, I just want to try to figure out like what the balance. Yeah. What's the balancing mechanic for investigating? Yeah. Now, speaking of investigating, can I investigate the painting here?
You sure can.
Okay, cool.
Give me perception, and if you have any skills that you think would help.
Okay, I don't have any perception skills that might help me, so it's just 29.
Yep. Straight up perception, yep.
Okay, so I submit that as my target number. -5 successes. Oh. Okay.
You're like looking behind the painting and you knock it off the wall, and it like lands on your face. You're like, oh! You're like, your hands are all over the painting.
Ted gets pissed.
And everybody starts running up there to help you because this thing's fucking heavy. This is a big painting.
Oh my god, embarrassing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and you actually noticed this. You don't think anybody else noticed it, but you kind of punctured it a little.
Oh my god.
Okay. You just kind of put it up there. And you're pretty embarrassed.
Oops, sorry guys, just got a little excited about this painting.
Skeet ran up there to help you, but he tumbled over the stairs and fell back down. So he's laying on the ground there.
And I laughed audibly.
Yeah. And Dan couldn't help you because he's too busy laughing at Skeet now.
I'm actually gonna run over to Skeet and be like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?"
I think I broke my arm.
Oh shit! Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh no, no, I'm good. Never mind, I'm good.
All right.
Now, while everybody's been making all their turns, I've spent a lot of time kind of going over the walls, looking at these, each individual, Yeah,
you guys noticed Dan studying the exterior
candle.
of this room, and like very intently.
And I'm going up to these candles. I'm like touching them, making sure none of them are like little hidden levers or anything. I'm getting really close to the walls, the floorboards, or everything like that. Just literally analyzing every quote-unquote
When you
pixel.
get to this candle right here and you start lifting it up, Ted's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" As you see, there's like a key underneath of it. And he's like, we're not supposed to be doing anything like that until the game starts. And
I'm sorry. I was just looking at the art. I'm an artist. I like to look.
But you can give me a perception, add 10 to your target number, and whatever your normal
perception
bonuses you get from your skill.
Submit. -3. Man, I suck at this. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you rolled an 85 on the dice, so yeah.
How do I see what I rolled?
If you highlight the yellow box where it is, it's you'll see 55 minus, and then parentheses you'll see the 85. That 85 is the roll. Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. There's a lot of formula in it. But anyways, so at this point you can tell Ted's set up everything, and he whispers over to Garrett. He's like, "Hey, can you start gathering everybody around?" He's kind of ready to go, and Jared just got finished setting up his beer pong, and he's like, "Oh man, I really want to play some beer pong." I was like, "Oh well," and he just starts chugging the beer out of each cup, and then he walks over. It's weird talking but it's me. So anyways, so Jared, stand over here next to Lisa. And Ted would be like, "Yeah, everybody gather around." He's like, so what we have here at the table, and he's immediately interrupted by this banging noise on the door. And it's like, it's like there's 8 people outside banging on the door at once.
Oh my god.
And Ted's like, "What the? That's weird." And then you hear like this odd moaning that sounds vaguely familiar.
Uh-oh!
Hey Jared, this is a great stunt that's going on here. Is this part of the mansion?
Jared is just confused. He actually backs away from the door and kind of gets over here. As the door's like shaking back and forth. And it sounds like more and more things are hitting against the door, and Ted is kind of frozen.
Oh my god, Jared, what's going on?
No, I go up to Ted. And I'm confused why he's confused. I go up to him, I kind of nudge him in the shoulder and be like, nice, you're pretending you're scared to freak everybody out. That's pretty cool. This is where it starts, right?
Roll me an empathy. This is kind of like to sense, to see if he's playing you, kind of. Like, what do they call it?
All right. Now I have a question. If I took an ethics and psychology course, several of them, and I know a pretty good amount about people's tells and whether or not they're lying or stuff like that, can I use that as a skill?
Yeah, you can do the skill in that.
All right, well, I'm gonna roll.
You could put like psychology as your skill, or psychoanalyzing.
Because we took what, at least 3 classes.
Yeah, we did have an extensive. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on because I don't want to use my gestalt on it yet.
Well, I think this is actually a good one because if I ever come across somebody who's kind of smart, I can kind of tell if they're bullshitting me, which could be.
Oh,
yeah. There's a word for some reason it starts with I that's escaping me, but it's
intellection,
like reading.
Intuition.
People.
Intuition.
No,
that's it. No, isn't it?
Intelligence.
No.
Investigation.
It's gonna drive me insane.
Investigation.
Intercourse.
I'm gonna put in. Isn't it intuition? Is it
insight? Insight.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put that for mine too because Dan brings up a very.
Well, why don't you focus that on something else and maybe we'll work together?
True. I will never abandon you.
Yeah, use me when I'm in my strengths, and use you when you're in your strengths.
Oh my God, you're a genius. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll 2 d6s for that. So I got an 11. So what'd you call it? Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. Insight equal to 11. Let me get rid of some of my points here. All right, and then my target is my empathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
My empathy plus this.
Yeah.
41. Ayo!
All right.
Nice.
A first successful roll. No, I'm just kidding.
It really was.
Yeah. Well, besides Jared's perfect spiral.
Yeah,
but,
no, I didn't see it.
You're kind of getting mixed results here. You're like, he's either really good at his job, or this is not part of the show.
Okay.
But I mean.
But he doesn't say anything to what I said to him. He just stares at the door then?
No, he's like, I don't know what's going on, and his voice is even like kind of stuttering, kind of like as if he's like caught off guard.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna say yeah, right, of course you know. And then I walk over towards the group.
Towards the what?
The group. Just me stepping out.
Okay. So Phil, being the genius that he is, he's like, hold on, I'm coming. And Tanya, she's like, no, don't. And he's like, oh, sometimes the kids like to pull the pranks, and, and he's still talking as he pulls the knob. The door bursts open, knocking him down.
Oh, shit!
3 of these, mutilated, zombie-looking creatures just start gnawing on his neck. Ah, he's screaming.
Oh, my God.
Tanya, Lisa, and Skeet scream like girls. And just bolt up the stairs.
Everybody run upstairs.
And you know what? Fuck it. Jared does too.
How do we go upstairs?
Oh, I'll do that. Jared runs towards the stairs, runs back, grabs a beer, and then continues to run back up the stairs. And I will whoop.
Is Alex coming with us?
Oh yeah, I am. Fuck that.
Fuck those zombies.
He's zombie bait.
Right,
yeah, the red arrows are just indicating the flow of the stairs.
Oh, there we go. It took a moment to load.
Takes a little bit to load it up. Load it up, load it up, oh, load it,
Okay.
load it.
Oh wait, that's not Jared. Silly. Right,
okay, and the arrows? What about the arrows?
The arrows are just telling you, how because it might be confusing how the stairs flow here. So you came up from here, and this is like a little landing where the picture was.
Why'd you point the arrow downstairs?
Well, I'm just letting you know that those are stairs because it doesn't look like stairs. Okay. And then they roll up like this, and then this arrow is going up, and this is the top. So.
Okay. Are we able to wander around?
Like this. Yeah. So, and you guys can look down and see everything that's going on. You see Phil and John all go to the door and try to like shut it, as these things kind of like are pulling the butler out, and they're trying to like shove them out so that they don't get in. Am I allowed
to go down and help them and try to get them?
You sure can.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna go downstairs and help too.
So you guys run upstairs and you're like, oh wait, maybe we should help.
You should have told me that they were gonna run to the door before I ran upstairs.
Well, you guys wanted to run upstairs. I mean, this is all happening at the same time.
That's true. But I probably would have kept an eye on it.
That's fine.
That's fine.
All right. I try to
Jared stays upstairs. He's like, fuck that.
Close the door.
All right, everybody, give me strength rolls. This is the grapple opposed roll. You're gonna roll that, and then your strength. Whatever your strength is, you're gonna type in there.
Okay.
So I just type in my strength?
Yeah, because you're not getting any bonuses.
Oh, sorry, just kidding. Wrong thing. Grapple oppose. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, what am I doing?
There's right next to. Oh.
Alex did right.
All right, so I clicked grapple oppose, and then I just type in my strength.
Yep. And what it's gonna do is roll a D100 and add your strength to it. And then I'm doing the same thing on the other end because I'm trying to barge the door open. And I fucking roll terrible. So you guys almost immediately shut this door. You actually cut off one of the arms of the quote-unquote zombies, and it plops on the floor. And you have half of a body of the butler, of Phil. The other half is outside of there. You can hear him munching on it.
Oh,
all right. God. Now I'm gonna make a roll. Or I'm not gonna make a roll, but I'm gonna do something here. Now I'm not convinced that this wasn't part of it. So
Phil is clearly dead.
Well,
his intestines. There's actually, in fact, roll me will saves here. To like for fear, because you just saw a guy get ripped apart.
Okay, so should that be basic attack or grapple oppose?
No, it's gonna be a will. So your will score, and if you have like any skills that like bravery or I don't know. Now, whatever you think, if you have any skills that would help you in this situation, I don't know. I can tell you, I've never seen a man ripped in half before, so
me neither.
Can I
probably scare the crap out of me? What?
So now, what if I were to say that, like, he opened the door, they came through, he started getting attacked, and everybody was in a rush, and I didn't indeed not notice the fact that Phil got pulled out and then a dead Phil body replaced in the confusion. So I'm not convinced that this is anything to even be scared.
Okay, well I'm basing it on where your token is, and your token's right in front of them.
Well, yes, but this could have been a dead Phil body. You know what I mean? Like,
you think it's like an elaborate magic trick?
Yeah, like when they came in, you said that they were pulling Phil out of the door.
Okay,
while
I'll buy that.
Around in confusion, they could have pulled Phil out and then
I'll buy that without you even rolling. Like, if this is a magic trick, it's the best magic trick you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, like the thing is I'm just confused. I don't necessarily believe it because, hey, guess what? This is supposed to be zombies. I don't know what the budget is. I missed it. This could have been just done really well. I'm not going to go into a zombie apocalypse murder mystery and then immediately think, holy shit, real zombies. I'm not convinced at all. So I want to actually look at Phil and the hand, and I want to inspect them really well.
Okay, Lisa and Tanya are screaming this entire time. They're like, "Oh my God, he's dead! They cut him in half, and blah blah, whatever." And and Jared's doing the same thing. Jared's freaking out too. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I do a will check? Because I want to try. Like, I want to understand how that works.
Ted runs over to this door and he's shaking it as he's sticking his key in there, trying to unlock the door. He's like, "Everybody in here!" And he like fumbles and. He took the key up from around his neck and to unlock it, and he fumbles and drops the key, and he's like fumbling on the ground trying to grab the key. So he clearly looks terrified.
Now, can I do some sort of everybody calm the fuck down thing?
You sure can.
All right, I want to do that because everyone needs to calm the fuck down. Well, I just basically want to say is hey, this is a fucking zombie game, meta game thing that we're doing here. Zombies showed up. Sure, that's a little creepy, but it's supposed to happen. We're okay.
Ted screams over to you, "This is not part of the show. I can assure you."
Okay.
As he's still fumbling for the key, and he eventually grabs it and continues to try to get this door open.
Was I still able to look at the hand and the body?
Okay. Yeah, as you're looking at it, before the next thing happens, Steph, Alex, anything you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, I want to try that will check because I just want to understand how that works because it's like it's not the basic or the grapple.
Yeah, there's a skill that's resist panic. I mean, like it's for like the hardcore people who've like been through war or whatever. You know, they've seen a lot of shit.
Okay.
Which is none of us.
No.
So I would imagine you probably wouldn't have that skill.
Okay.
Unless there's things about your psyche that I don't know, which is none of my business.
No. I was just wondering, like.
So it's just a straight up will, yeah. As
all right, yeah. So like, do I use? I'm just asking, like, which one do I use? Like, basic attack roll or grapple or oppose check?
It's just a will. Your will number.
Well, how do I roll it? How do I roll it? Like.
Click basic attack roll, and your target number is your will.
Okay, see, that's what I was just asking, whether or not I click on basic attack or grapple oppose. Yeah. All right, so my will is 37.
Yeah, the only time we're gonna use attack or melee or range attack is when we're in combat, and you'll know when we're in combat.
Okay. I actually got 3 successes.
Nice. So you are pretty sure this is a real dead body, but you're able to compose yourself, kind of like a nurse would when you know, like, I gotta think straight, or bad things are gonna happen. So
okay, my hands are shaking. My hands are shaking, but like I'm kind of like keeping myself in. Be like, okay, this is. I can smell blood. This is a dead person. This is
could be fake blood.
I'm convinced.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna panic.
Gurgling, spit's bubbling down his chin.
Yeah, I'm just like, whoa, that's freaky. I'm freaked out, but that's okay. Not gonna panic.
I mean, if we're playing ourselves, I would honestly say at this point, I'd probably be that asshole that's like laughing, saying, "That was fucking awesome. You guys did a really good job with the special effects."
Yes. Okay. So here's everything that, and I'll get to you in just a second, Alex. Sorry. But John and Gary have their backs against the door because it's still pounding on the door, and they just give you like the evilest look when you say this is fucking awesome, because they are clearly think it's real too, and they're kind of freaking out, but they're trying to man up. They're trying to man up, but it's hard for them.
Okay, I look at them and I say, "Oh, come on, get over it," type thing. Like, yeah, macho mismo, asshole-ish.
Hey Dan, maybe you shouldn't antagonize.
Well, I'm just trying to look at the body, but Jared won't let me because the game's going on.
You can look at the body.
Well, no, I told you that I went up and I looked at the body and looked at the hand, and do I have to roll for that? Like, what do I see?
If you're trying to figure out whether or not it's a real person or not, it's going to be a perception.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
If you have any medical background or anything, you can add that. But if you don't, it's probably just going to be straight up perception.
I mean, probably not anything.
And no, the Surgeon Simulator app does not count.
Well, come on, Jared!
But if you have the Oculus Rift app, that does count now.
I've done biology things like, cutting open insects and stuff.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to tell if it's pig intestines or human intestines. If it's a trick, it could be pig intestines.
I've also had a lot of experience with prosthetics and fake stuff, so I'm looking for things like that. Okay,
we'll let the dice decide, because I'm a little torn on that one. So
wait, if I have,
I'll give you a plus 10 on it roll on the target number, just because I'm generous.
And what is it? Perception that I'm rolling?
Yeah. And
it's a basic attack roll, right?
No, it's base attack roll. Sorry, yeah. And your target number is the total of all those numbers we just talked about.
Damn. That's bullshit. Dice slide.
Yeah, you're still convinced this is a trick, because you're like, this isn't. This could be pig's blood and pig's intestines. Oh, that looks like a hot dog.
I have 2 me's.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see the other one of you.
That's weird.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, Alex just duplicates.
Is that how you react to fear? Like,
and Tanya and Lisa just faint. They can't take anymore. Okay, so what were you doing, Alex?
I wanted to sort of just like go up to the arm and just sort of like look at it and just sort of examine it and see like what it is, and like if there's anything, if there's any pertinent information to this sort of debacle that I can gather from it.
Because I think that me and Alex in this situation would have been like fucking high-fiving each other, saying like, "This is fucking sweet."
I'm sorry, so you're checking the table?
Whoa.
Sorry.
So
you're checking the table? Or, well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear everything you said. I apologize.
The arm.
Yeah, so I want to like look at the arm and like just sort of examine it.
Perception.
Alright.
You're training as a combat medic back in the war. You can add that to it.
me, dude.
Man, this dice game hates us.
Yeah, but you know, 18 sessions down the road, you guys would be like, yeah, I'm awesome, you know.
Alright,
Anyways,
so do I get any information from that, or do I basically just get? Oh, it's just an arm.
You and Dan look at each other, and you're like, "There's no way this is real. I mean, come on, that doesn't happen." And you're just both are convinced that this is just a pig intestines or whatever. You know? A really good magic trick. At this point, Lisa faints, and Ted finally gets this door unlocked. Now here's the dick move. Ted goes in the door and shuts it behind him.
What a cunt.
As all this is happening, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. So he gets the door unlocked, and as he opens the door, all of the lights, the chandelier light, goes out.
The candles stay on?
Yep.
The candles, yeah, nothing affects the candles.
So all electricity is out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, was it one of those things that, like, as soon as the latch opened, it did, like, the thing? Like, you could tell that he did something, like, opening the door was the cause for that, or is it just coincidental?
The electricity went out, like, right before he opened the door, so it wasn't, like, a reaction to him opening the door.
Okay. I go up here, unless you have further things to say, and I check on Lisa because I'm a nice man.
Yeah, I was thinking of like we should carry her somewhere safe.
Yeah, if we move, I'll either carry her or I'll ask Alex to help me.
Mm-hmm.
But
go ahead.
So I'm reading my notes here.
Was there anything else you were gonna do after the power went out, or?
I'm reading my notes to make sure.
Oh, okay. So, were you gonna do anything after the power went out?
Okay. So everybody give me a. I'll let you use strength or will, either one. But you start feeling this is like a constitution thing. You start feeling lightheaded.
Because of what?
You don't know.
Okay. I'm going to use my will.
You feel kind of sick, like nauseous.
Alright, I'm gonna use my my will as well.
Oh my god.
Fuck me. God damn.
You guys are not good.
That's the idea. I'm just kidding.
Alright, hold on.
Stephanie, you immediately pass out. Everything goes black.
Damn it!
Oh my god.
All of you do.
I have stronger willpower than this!
The last thing you see is Jared walking over like, are you okay? And then your eyes shutting and going black.
Why didn't Jared pass out?
Well, we'll see. I can't tell you.
Bullshit.
How can he kill you if he's passed out? So you guys will be blacked out for a bit, and then you guys will wake up, and it'll be very quiet as you start fuzzily coming to.
Alright, I just want to also just kind of throw this out here. Fucking Ex Machina bullshit. Get out of here with that. Okay, go ahead.
Ex Machina?
Pass out Ex Machina.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's
now,
part
why
of
am I alone?
You just have to trust your DM that there's something behind it, even though you don't know what it is.
Yeah, no,
I
was just fucking.
Yeah, Dan, so stop fucking around.
Hey, you know what? Suck a fucking fat cock, you piece of shit.
So.
Alright, so I'm sorry. So like we passed out, and then
you guys wake up and like all of the candle things, like the holders, gone. The room is pitch black. All of the NPCs are gone. It's just you guys in the room.
Do I have like a flashlight that I'm carrying around on myself?
Did you bring a flashlight?
Well, I don't know, but like the room lights up when I move around.
Yeah, that's to indicate your character, how far your character can see just with his naked eye.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this is the dynamic lighting.
You did say that you always bring a flashlight, so I would
yeah, I do. I do always carry around a flashlight, so.
He really does, though. Like, I've had Alex over to my house 5 times, and every single time he's had it on him. So.
Okay. Okay, so I'd say that's probably gonna give you a.
And this is like a really powerful flashlight that I
it's
carry.
bright as fuck. Like, he shined at my eyes one time, and I think I went blind for like 6 years.
Dan, your cell phone has a flashlight feature.
Yeah, it does, and I have that as well. But Jared, I mean, like his flashlight is like Like mine is an Asian flashlight, and his is like Mandingo flashlight. Like,
well,
Oh, I
here.
see. Oh, you
How about
upgraded
this?
my seeing. That's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. All right, cool.
Yeah, like
I mean,
you
I
both...
could do it. I mean, I can really get creative with it and be like, you know.
all right, update mine a little bit, but not as much as Alex, because I do have a phone, a light on my flash, or phone on my flash. Whatever. Fuck off. You know what I'm trying to say.
I could do that. Be like, oh, you only get that vision, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna give you 360.
Yeah,
I
can
do
you
not
make
have
it
a
so?
flashlight.
Can you make it so that I get like a cone in front
Yeah.
of me, but like everything behind
But you
me?
gotta
is-
like take the little thing and rotate your character whenever you want to rotate the cone.
How do
Some
I
people
rotate?
get annoyed by that, but if you want it, I can do that. Yeah.
How do I rotate the character like that?
Yeah. Well, you select it and then little.
Yeah, do that, because I like the immersion. I like not being able to see behind my ass.
Cool. Yeah. Totally.
What about me?
Handicap me up!
Because I don't have a flashlight on my person.
You'll have to stick near me then.
Okay.
Even though Alex's is probably a safer bet, but I get jealous.
It's okay. I feel safer.
Let's be honest. Jared's the safest bet. I mean, come on.
It's true. Except, is he
They
in
won't be
here,
able to
or is
see
he
because he's so fat. He's actually unconscious and his back's up against the wall.
Oh,
over there
man,
where
I've
he
been
is.
some sawed. I think that Jared's deeper into this than he's supposed to be. I mean, this is like literally the first fucking Saw movie where like, oh, Jared's been there the whole time, but guess what? He's the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not that lame.
All right, so now are we supposed to just like disremember the fact that he closed the door and locked it? Like, did we pass out while he was standing in the doorway, or what happened?
You know he unlocked the door. You never saw him open it though.
So he unlocked it, released a nerve toxin, and took everybody except for me and us.
You didn't see any toxins or anything.
Well,
It felt like
I didn't
you
see it, but
felt like, you know, maybe you ate the wrong thing for dinner or something. You're just very nauseous all of a sudden.
so nauseous I lost consciousness.
Yes.
How do you rotate the cone of vision that you have?
Poisoned maybe? I don't know. You select your character and then the little, like, there's a line that comes out of your head to another little dot, and then you move that around, yeah.
Thank you. I'm scared.
You guys can all give me perceptions if you want.
For what?
Okay, my perception.
I'll let you know after you roll.
All right. My perception. Let's see.
And now does my environment thing aid in
Oh
my
my
perception?
Fuck!
Does my environment thing aid in my
Yes,
perception?
it will aid in this.
So basic
God damn
roll
it.
attack,
Fuck me.
perception. 0 successes. Well, it's better than fucking negative 5.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, it's starting to, like, no longer feel like a game. I don't care how stubborn you are. Like, this isn't normal. Like, this place wouldn't ever get return customers if this was the show they put on.
Okay, can I challenge that?
Well, at least okay, I take it back. So it's either like way better than anything you've ever heard of,
Right.
which in that case you would think it would be way more popular, or
Well, it's also its first.
or
run.
something's up. And you all okay, so you all
Where has-
failed like
how?
the main, like the important thing you could have, like, or the big thing you could have seen. I'm just gonna say that out of game just to let you know how it kind of works. But just because you failed doesn't mean you don't see anything. Like you guys do see that the door is very badly broken up. I mean, it's still a sound door, but imagine like little splinters are like coming out as if like somebody, as if like somebody punched it and like it's breaking out.
Okay.
But it's still a sound door. Like it hasn't been breached. There's no holes in it, but it just looks like it's been badly beaten up from the outside.
Jared, this is terribly nitpicky, so don't think that I'm like being a dick or anything like that. Don't tell me if I missed something because it's just gonna bother me. So.
No, I'm just kind of helping you understand because every time I say
roll,
I feel like you're like, well, why did I, so I'm letting you understand how these things work. I'm not going to tell you that every time because that's not how I roll. Like, I'm not telling you why you passed out. I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I want to know, so you better fucking tell me.
And maybe you'll find out. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
But Jared starts waking up, and he shoots you all with a machine gun. Game over. So, what do you guys think? No, he wakes up and he seems very groggy, and he's like got a little bit of throw up in his beard.
Okay.
And he's like, oh man, I think there was something in that beer. Oh.
I come up to Jared and ask, "Hey, are you okay?"
And I go up to Jared and ask,
Like,
"Why would
I don't know. Where is everybody?"
I don't know. Everyone's gone. It's just me, Dan, and Alex.
What?
Yeah, everyone's gone, and we lost all power, and...
That's weird. Wait. Like, the brochure said fun for the whole family. How is this fun for the... Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Well, if you're the Addams family, I'm sure it's fun for them.
Why would Resident Evil game be fun for the whole family? Resident Evil game, the mature game.
I didn't write the brochure, man.
I guess what I'm asking is, did the brochure really say that?
Oh, by the way, that pile of stuff that you brought is gone. I'm glad I said. So this is we're gonna roll to see what items have been left behind in the room.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite parts of the session. So, so we're gonna do this in order. You can go in any order you guys want, but you're gonna roll for the equipment you're gonna have until you find more equipment. It's gonna be a D10, so you can get your little roller out. Cause you're gonna be rolling a few.
How do I roll a D? How do I get my roller out?
It's on the left toolbar. It looks like a D20. It's right underneath the or right above the question mark.
D10, and I just do roll 1 plus nothing.
Yeah.
Or you can just click on it.
But don't start roll. I want to do one person at a time.
Oh. Okay.
So who wants to go first?
I do.
Oh, Steph.
And I realize Alex, it's 10 o'clock. So after we roll this, we'll wrap it up. And I apologize for going over.
Fuck. No, no worries. I mean, that's not a problem.
I mean, if you want, we could do you first, and so you can get out.
No, I'm not opposed to staying for an extra, 30 minutes or whatever.
For an
no
extra
worries.
2 hours? Okay, cool.
Honestly, I don't have anything else to do tonight. I mean, I should get some work done, but I mean, I'm cool with another 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. So,
I mean, realistically, if we stayed and if we kept going until 11, I wouldn't be opposed. That's all I gotta say.
Cool. I appreciate you guys, doing that, so that I can get.
I only want to do it to humor you. I'm not having.
Okay.
Actually, I find this really fun so far. I like it.
I'm glad. I really am glad. That actually means a lot.
If we're doing a mid-session review, honestly, I really enjoy this. Like, I'm having a bunch of fun. That's why I'm postponing work for it. The only complaint that I have is that, like, I could be, like, really attuned to noticing details, but then roll and just get fucked. And that's like the only thing that's bothering me.
But you can notice. The thing is that you don't even know if there are details to notice. I could just be saying roll, and there's nothing to notice.
No. I know, but I'm just saying, like
if you're really good at seeing details, that's always gonna. If you tell me that you have that skill, that's always gonna be in my head. So I'm not gonna say.
It'll be in your head, but if I get a shit roll, then I get a shit roll.
But like when there's shit happening, sometimes you just miss things because the adrenaline's going.
I was standing in the middle of a blank room. But yeah, I know.
But anyways,
Dan, so just let the game do what it's got to do, Dan, and so you're cool. So that's cool.
Sometimes you gotta bend it a little bit to justify it and make it make sense. But
like I said, I get.
Yeah, Dan, so fuck you.
I'm not trying to change it. I'm just saying.
Fuck you, Dan. Fuck you.
Hey, cry me a river, baby.
So Alex is really pissed. He just keeps saying "fuck you." He's pacing the room, going "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." You did this, Jared. You invited us. Fuck you.
Alright. Anyways, Steph can roll.
All right. So Steph's going first. All right. So this is for your primary weapon. This is probably the most important roll of all of these.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Alright, Steph, go.
I got a 6.
Okay, how good is your guys' gun knowledge?
I am very, very good.
I held guns before, and I know how to look down sights, but in terms of, like, dealing with,
like if I say the name of a gun, would you be able to get the image in your head?
I mean, for most guns, I would say yes. Just to #gloat myself, I know how to take guns apart, clean them, put them back together, and I can also look at a gun and tell you what type of ammo it takes. So.
Okay, I can look at a gun and tell you it's a gun, but that's it. I don't know.
There's a reason I'm bringing you back to this page. I'm just going to show you the picture. I have the charts here. I'll just show you the picture from the chart. You guys are, and as all this is going on, Stephanie, since we're doing you first. You took the initiative first to start looking for, and we could say you're all going at the same time. We're just dealing with you first, but you start looking around for anything you could use to help you because the situation is escalated, and you notice, just say behind the stairs or whatever, that little cage door you go to see Lisa or whatever her name is. That door is it looks like it's been concreted over, like the doorway has been replaced and like filled in with cinder blocks. But right in front of that door, you see not a treasure chest like a pirate treasure chest, but you see like a chest of like stuff in it, and it's got like equipment and stuff.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm very confused. What are we supposed to be looking at?
I'm giving you guys your equipment.
I know, but you were talking about like things that you can see, but I don't know what. Like what I can see on my screen is that initial page where every fucking person.
Yeah, no. I'm not showing you anything yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't even told her what she found. I'm explaining how she found it. So you just happen to run across this chest, and in fact, you don't remember this opening being here before. It's suddenly here.
Okay.
Otherwise, Dan would have found it before, right? Yeah. But you see sticking right out of there an Ithaca Model 37.
Oh, come on. She gets a shotgun?
No, this is a... oh, wait. I don't know. I'll show
you. That sounds like a shotgun.
I can't tell if it's a rifle or a shotgun here. This is the picture right here.
Oh, let me zoom in. That
is a shotgun.
Sweet.
Ithaca's are shotguns.
Here we go. And you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you pick that up. It's got and I don't know anything about guns.
But it's gonna be loud, is all I know.
Usually, I say look it up in the book, and people look it up. They have no problem when they're handed a shotgun or something looking it up in the book. The damage is based off of the bullets in this system, so it's got a full round of buckshots.
One shot?
Whatever it holds. You're gonna have to look up the gun to see how many it holds, because I don't know off the top of my head.
I would say that's probably a 6-shot.
Okay, so it's got six buckshots loaded in it.
6 Okay.
By the way, it can be 12, 16, 20, or 28 according to Wikipedia. I don't know.
We're gonna go with 6.
Cartridge.
Yeah,
so,
are
you talking about the gauge, or are you talking about how many shells it in?
Well, the gauge.
12 gauge. Yeah, 12 gauge. That's just the style of bullet.
Yeah, in the book they have birdshot and buckshot. That's and then they have like the hollow whatever blah 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 the
blanks.
Whatever. The book has a whole bunch of different options, but we can get into that.
All right.
Irregardless,
Steph gets a shotgun with 6 shells.
Correct. Cool. I'm just gonna say buckshot, so that's what you got.
Does Alex, because he keeps the light on him, does he also get the knife he always keeps on him as well? Because Alex keeps a flashlight and a pocket knife. Like everywhere.
Sure.
You go.
Yeah, you'll have your knife. I'll actually give you an option to keep the knife or re-roll for a new melee weapon. How about that?
I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll for a new one.
Well, we'll do that when we get to you.
All right.
So now you have to. I'm gonna ask you a question here, Steph. Do you want to roll for the possibility of maybe increasing the effectiveness of your primary weapon with an add-on? Would you like to maybe dig around for a sidearm? Or would you maybe want to look for something like melee? Obviously you could do all of those in real life, but I'm only letting you choose one of those.
Yeah, just one of the 3.
That's not canon.
Because when you pick it up, Alex and Dan come and grab their things. That's how I'm justifying it.
Okay. Hey, Dan, should I go look for a pistol, considering it'll be less loud and... Well, you know what?
A handgun and a shotgun, like in terms of decibel, is different, but they're both gonna echo through a hall pretty bad.
Yeah, let me make this. Sorry, I gotta explain this. Out of game, you don't have all of these options in front of you. You're gonna make the decision, and when you make the decision and roll, that's just what was there. Okay. So just to make sure that that's clear, it's not like you had the choice of 3 of these and this is what you chose.
Okay.
Out of game, you're making a decision, and it's gonna reflect what is in game available. So just
I'll
that's
hold
clear.
on. Okay, I'll hold on to the shotgun then.
Okay, well no, you get the shotgun, and then now we're rolling to. You can roll out of game. I'm telling you, do you want this roll to be for an add-on, a handgun, or a melee weapon?
So you get an attachment to the gun, another small sidearm, or a melee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a melee weapon.
Okay. Roll
So
me
it's another
D10.
D10? Okay. 3.
Multi-tool.
Okay. What's that?
While you
some of
explain
these are pretty humorous.
While you explain that to Steph, I really have to pee, so I'll be right back.
Okay, have fun pee. What's a multi-tool?
It's like a Leatherman or something like that,
Right
which has like a.
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Oh, neato. Okay, that's gonna be handy dandy.
Yeah.
Handy dandy schmandy.
Yeah.
Again, like I don't have all the properties of all of the things in the book memorized. That would be impossible.
That's okay.
But I could definitely look it up and tell you if there's any things the books tell you get from it. But besides the obvious things you'll get from it. I mean, you'll be able to open a can of soup.
Oh my god, a can of soup.
I'm not gonna just give you a bonus. You'll just be able to open it. You know.
Awesome.
Okay, and then the 2 more rolls I need from you. I'm not gonna tell you what they're for, but they're both D10s.
Okay. Alright. Here's the first one, and here's the second one. So a 9 and a 6.
I'm back.
Okay, you find some normal clothes.
Ooh.
And 100 foot of rope.
100 feet of rope. What kind of rope is it?
Hemp.
Rope store.
Okay. Hemp rope. Sweet.
All right. So what is she got the multi-tool, which is like a little pocket knife with a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah, and I'm unshading the things that she's unlocking on the chart. If you.
Now, what was the rolling 9 out of? What'd you get the 9 for? Clothes.
The rope.
Okay, what was the 6 then? The clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Catch the rope.
Okay, who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Alex can do it.
No, Dan can go.
Please, Jared wants to go.
Dan can go. Let's go.
I insist.
No, I insist.
That's so weird. Jared unlocked a rocket launcher.
He is.
Oh, a Magnum.
No, it's cool, Dan. You can actually
a
go.
riot shield.
I actually have to go pee again, Alex. So go ahead and do it.
All right, cool. All right, well, since Dan has to go pee, I guess I'll just go.
Okay.
So, all right.
But only because he has to pee.
Only because he has to pee. That's really the only
As
reason.
long as it's only because he has to pee.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. All right, Dan.
Roll initiative.
Just go, Alex.
All right, so here we go. So first Dick 10 roll. All right, here we go. It's gonna
This
be.
is for your primary. Oh, what do you know? There's 2 Ithaca Model 37s.
Fuck, I don't want a shotgun.
What are the odds?
I don't want a fucking shotgun.
Actually, you know what? You just steal Stephanie's. You're like, that's mine. No, I'm just kidding.
That must be a big chest.
No, you find this. Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of stumble upon this little pile or chest or however you want to look at it at the same time, and you just kind of start grabbing things and whatever. You guys, once you have your weapon, you can obviously switch it between each other. It's not like locked into your inventory and you can't do anything with it.
All right, so I got the Ithaca Model 37. Cool.
Okay, so out of game, primary add-on, handgun, or close range.
Is it possible to do a handgun with an attachment, or is it just a handgun?
I mean, if you for this roll, no, but I mean, you can find an attachment for it maybe later on. But
I want to go ahead and probably go with the melee weapon. So here we go.
Okay. 9.
More rope.
You are rolling the exact same thing she's rolling. More rope.
Wow, 200 feet
You
of
know what?
rope.
Fuck it. Reroll it. Reroll that shit.
All right, fine. All right, here we go.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, no.
What are you talking about? He got.
I'm
he got
looking
a
at the
really
wrong.
Good, he got a really good. Whatever.
I apologize. I'm looking at the wrong row. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Gosh, Jared.
You find a bottle of Jack.
What was he looking for?
This is his. He said melee weapon. This is in the melee weapon.
So his bottle of weapon is a bottle of Jack.
Bottle of Jack here.
What the fuck are you gonna use?
Wait,
That's your melee weapon. I said some of these are kind of.
Is it full or empty?
It's full.
Oh,
Looks just like the
okay.
picture there.
Sweet. Make a little Molotov.
You might be able to negotiate with Jared on that one.
All right, cool, sweet. So I got a bottle of Jack. Okay, so now I got to roll my 2 more d10s to figure out what. Okay. And that second 9 doesn't really matter.
I was gonna say, I love how you like made a second 9 happen.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just roll it again. Okay.
Let's get all these high rolls out of there.
6 and 3.
I love Zelda.
Okay, you find some flint and steel.
Ooh.
And a suit.
Suit.
It's fancy.
Like a fancy suit?
Yep, I'll show you a picture here.
Sweet. Alright.
Yep, there's the flint and steel. If you didn't know what that looked like. And there's the suit.
Sweet.
Now, obviously, the pants are there too, even though the picture is
I was actually gonna make a joke about that, but I think Alex would tell me to fuck off like he always does.
Oh, we probably would, so.
Alright, Dan.
If I don't get a 10 on my primary weapon roll, I'm quitting. I just want you guys to know that.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
It was nice playing with you.
It was fun. If I get anything less, I'm immediately turning it on myself. How about that? Alright.
And 10 doesn't necessarily be the best.
Rolling. Roll! 5! Fuck!
You find an SKS.
What, that's gonna suck.
What's an SKS?
It's a long-range sniper rifle.
There we go.
Those things do some crazy damage.
Yeah, but they also require crazy distance.
Yeah, they also make a ton
Whoa,
of noise.
whoa, when you move that, you move all of them. Whoa.
Let's settle down there.
Is this... Okay, so this doesn't have a scope on it. So this is actually more along the lines of like a.
This is why I give you the option of an add-on handgun.
Well,
or
I don't want the add-on for that one. All right, I'm rolling for a handgun. Roll.
Okay. A bottle of Jack. No.
Why does Alex get 2 knives?
Ober? I don't even. O-B-R-E-R. Because. Here, I'll show you the.
Wait, okay, hold on, Jared. Hold on. I needed to clarify. So, does the bottle of Jack replace my pocket knife now?
No, you have both.
Okay.
That's a Z. It's an option.
Or no, wait. I'm sorry. Oh no, I did say you can either keep your knife or. You know, I'll still give you the option if you want to keep your knife over the.
Yeah, I do.
Bottle of Jack. Okay,
No,
Jared,
that's
give
bullshit.
the bottle of Jack to Jared.
Okay, fine. I'll give the bottle of Jack to Jared.
Yeah, but we've already established that he always has a knife with him.
Yeah, but you made him choose, and he's only choosing the other one because his fucking melee weapon sucks. Maybe I want to choose.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, like you gotta.
We're not against each other in this situation.
Honestly, at this point, because it's a mistake, an honest mistake, let him keep both. I mean,
It wasn't a mistake. He made a choice. Jared,
Dan, why are you arguing to help all of us out?
Hey, because you would do the same shit if it was me, asshole. So you shut the fuck up.
Why would I? We're all on the same team.
That's the same person told me to fucking boots. I wasn't allowed to have boots, you idiot.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
Can you fucking file Jack, asshole?
I need the bottle of Jack actually does more damage than no, I'm just kidding. I need your 2d10s.
Yeah, so the Outbreak is a pistol. I'll take that. Roll 9. That'd be good rope.
Well, that's the rope. Yeah.
Man, if we ever need to climb out of something.
Yeah, we can get plenty of rope.
All right, one more. What? I'm gonna fucking walk around in skivvies, man. Fuck.
Oh, you got the suit.
What? 3's a suit?
Mhm.
That's pretty fancy then.
Yeah.
dude, you guys can be my bodyguards. It's gonna
I
be.
hate when people roll the same thing. It's so uneventful.
You know, I'll re-roll, please. no.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you.
Can
let you re-roll your survival or close if we just settle this knife thing and just.
Yeah.
I settled it. He doesn't have it.
Oh, then he can't re-roll. All right, deal.
That's fine. Do I get to wear my jeans underneath the suit? Because that's what I.
Wait, do we have to wear the clothing?
I mean, yeah. If you can do it in real life, you can do it in here. It's kind of gonna be hot and uncomfortable, but sure.
Well, I mean, suits aren't that hot. Looks like a thin suit.
Okay.
I hope the first obstacle we come across requires a knife, so Alex can cry in something.
I don't understand why you're against me when this whole thing is about all of us working
Jared
together.
opens his jacket and
Same
there's like
reason
18
why
knives
you
in
were
it.
against me, bitch.
Dan, it's a joke. Learn to take it and
So
take
was
the
mine, bitch.
fucking pom-pom out of your ass, dude.
Oh my god.
So we're done
It's
with all
called
the
return
rolls.
fucking.
So we roll for Jared real quick.
Yeah, dude, roll for Jared.
So rocket launcher, SMG 5000, revive kit, and oh, look at this, a pocket knife. Man, Alex.
Dude.
Sucks you don't have one of those.
Babe!
Okay, so you
Dan's
see...
had the tampon in his ass the whole day because he's been bitching and cries about it. So.
Oh my god!
Oh man, he's
Jared,
so salty.
Jared walks up to you and he's like, look what I found. He's wearing some camo. He has like a cross in his hand. And he's got this SIG 552.
Oh man, can I give you my Obras for the SIG?
And then he's got like a knife. He's picking his teeth with it. No,
dude, hey Jared, you want to trade the Vala Jack for that knife?
I'll totally give you this cross for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
no.
the SIG is you got an SMG. I thought you were talking about the pistol.
Oh, did I unlock the wrong? Yeah, the SIG. Yeah.
Wow, no, that's good.
He's like, I don't know how to use this, and he just kind of like hands it over to one of you guys.
You don't want the SIG?
He's like, I'm just gonna kill somebody if I hold it.
Am I allowed to hold 2 primaries?
Yeah. I mean, if you've got the room for it, you're gonna. It doesn't have like any way of like. It doesn't have like a holster. Or anything,
I
or
use
like a
the
strap.
rope, and I tie.
Makeshift it.
And I use the rope, and I tie it to both ends of my SKS, and I use that as a sling and put the SKS on my back.
Okay.
Unless you want your gun, I don't want to steal your shit.
He's like, nah, I'm more of a melee guy myself. He's like, I got the Holy Cross of Jesus. That gives me a plus 90 on everything.
A little bit of James. That's.
I gotta update.
Yeah, some of the things you can roll, like there's like a candle brawl here. There's a screwdriver.
Candle brawl?
That's what I call it.
What does that mean?
Candelabra, you mean?
Yeah, I always call it a candle brawl.
Candelabra.
Because it holds candles like a brawl. Crowbar, wooden ore. And then there's some sick ones like a machete,
Nice.
boxing gloves.
Nice. That'd be sweet.
You can get some baked beans.
Baked beans, and the other person should get like a can opener, and
there's a wetsuit. There's a pirate suit. It says "Yar."
Amazing.
And then there's underwear. This is a picture of underwear.
Dude, yes.
Tidy whities.
Oh, that's what I thought I was gonna get when I go to 3.
That's what Skeet made on his roll. That's where next time you see him, he's gonna be in some tidy whities.
Oh my god.
That's
if you're lucky.
That's pretty hot.
All right, so that's what you guys have for equipment. If you guys like throw a list on Skype or something, I'll look up all of the properties at work and tell you what they do. Because there's gonna be a lethality for the bolt ammo that you get, and then the gun can like help with that. Like, you know, for instance, if it's a rifle, it'll give you a further range or something. But like your close range is gonna suck. So, anyways, but we'll get into that next time. We don't need to start getting into a rant about a new set of rules.
I put it in the chat so I have a place for it, because there's no room on my my little character sheet. So.
Yeah, typically I like to do loot out of game, but I love these charts, and it's funner to do in game. So that's your loot. It doesn't make sense why you found them the way you did, but you did. And
can I
there you go.
Can I make a prediction?
As long as you're gonna die. No, well, sure.
I have a funny feeling that even though they acted like this wasn't planned, I think that we are actually a part of a biological test. I think this is all.
Way to kill the plot.
Sorry.
Ooh, I think
I got a
that's
bad
pretty...
feeling that this is all planned. I mean, why the hell would we pass out and everybody magically disappear? Also, while things just happen to happen a certain way. Oh, and a chest shows up with weapons. Why would they want to give us weapons if we weren't meant to defend ourselves?
They injected Las Plagas into us.
I think that they created this and they were just trying to test the survivability.
Jared's like, man, don't even joke about that shit, man. That's messed up.
It is fucked up. I also didn't realize I was in character.
If you don't say out of character, I just assume sometimes.
Well, you said the game was over, so fucking.
Oh, I didn't know I said that.
Well, it sounded like you were wrapping it up, so.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's 10:30, and Alex has to get out 10, so yeah, the clock has forced my hand.
Fucking
so,
clocks.
Yeah. Not the greatest. Not. Oh, you know, here I'm gonna. There's a way I did want to end it. I'll do it real quick here. There is one door unlocked. The door that you would imagine is unlocked. And when you open it, or no, I'm sorry. It's before you even get to the door, you hear something, and then you'll know that the door is already unlocked, obviously, for obvious reasons. But
which door?
I just gotta find the. It's the door that he unlocked.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not gonna reveal what's through it until next session.
Wow.
Damn it.
First, fucking Alex won't tell me who's at the door. Now you let us go through this one. God damn. Now before we go through the door, though, or whatever, am I allowed to go and see if that key that was underneath the candle is still there?
Yes, and it is.
And I take it.
And you guys, there's a thing called downtime. You guys have all the time you want to spend. I mean, I'm not going to give you weeks, but you have time to like out of game collaborate and talk about like what you want to do and stuff. Obviously, there's not many options.
Oh my god, what is that?
You hear that?
Oh my god, Dan, where are you? I'm scared. Hold my hand.
Ouch! Alright, now Jared, you better not change the plot just because I figured it out now that you got a couple weeks to rewrite
Trust me, I'm not concerned about you figuring out the plot.
Why, is it that bad?
Yeah, it's that terrible. There is no plot. You're just gonna walk around and find absolutely nothing, and then the doors are gonna open and you're gonna walk home safely. How's that for a plot?
I'm making this up as we go. That's why I told you that he locked the door behind him, but then immediately backtracked and changed the story.
Well, there's a certain way things I wanted to have them happen in my notes, but I always get ahead of myself. Besides, that all happened before you figured out my plot. Oh crap! I mean, you didn't figure out my plot.
What?
No, it's this is not a Saw movie. Fuck that.
I fucking love Saw movies, though.
I do too, but.
You said it was a Saw movie.
But cool, yeah. So I hope you guys had fun. I know it was a little slow because we had to do all the rules and stuff, but that's what a session 0 is. Session 1 will be all session, so it'll be.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How far into the game are we?
Session 0.
No, like obviously.
Just kidding. Yeah. Well, I mean, the great thing about role-playing games is like you can do things quicker than I anticipate. Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to say like where you.
I'm not saying like how many more hours. I'm just saying percentage. How much have we completed percentage? 1%.
Maybe like 3 or 4%. I don't know, and it's hard to. I honestly I don't know how to give you an accurate percentage. I'll say a range of anywhere between 1% to 58%.
99. That's fine.
Well, see, the cool like the other thing is like you could be like, well, I want to pick this lock, and you just roll like a critical success, and you pick the lock. Well, you've just entered a room that I didn't know you were going to be able to enter into. So like, I can't say you're gonna go.
No, I'm just saying I've completed.
It's not
content.
a railroad, you know. You guys can go in any direction you want. So
again, that's why I'm saying it's not. I'm not saying like how long it would take us, but just like of all the content that you have, how much have we completed? That's what a percentage is.
Yeah, like half a page of notes.
How many pages of notes?
Well, I've got my plot points, which is like 12 pages, but they're just plot points, and
right, so
everything
say,
in between the plot points is up to you
12%.
guys. So the plot points are just what I want to happen, like the important things. Everything in between is up to you guys. That's the beauty of the game.
All right, so no percent. Got it.
If you need a percentage to be satisfied, I'd say you're probably
I was just curious.
about 5% at the most.
Yeah, I mean, I really wasn't like.
It's a big place.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Of course, then there's the 8 other mansions you have to go through.
Right. The DLCs that I have to pay.
We're gonna go through all of the Resident Evils. At one point, you're gonna be in Africa.
Cool shit.
It was fun. I fucking love games like this. So.
The only thing that's gonna suck now is that we're gonna have to wait like 3 weeks before I play it again, and nobody's gonna remember anything.
No, it's I've played in games where you have to wait every other week. It takes a good GM to kind of help bring you up to speed. That's why I have notes that I'll say, give you a quick rundown, and I may give an action point to somebody who can give me a summary of the notes or something. You know,
oh shit!
People who work for my campaigns is gonna get rewarded. So.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh crap! The person on Twitch has been staring at a picture for like who knows how long. I forgot to minimize it.
I was gonna ask. I was wondering how many people had watched. How many?
Well, I got a subscriber just during the session.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I bet it was because of me.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh man, I love how this guy just questions everything."
Yeah, and it
awesome.
just gets in mad fights with Alex because Alex got bought. Let him get his
Wow, how I wasn't buttered. You just had a tampon obsessed the whole day. That's all.
Hey, if you want to fucking sit there and say that no, you're not allowed to have things, then I'm gonna say that no, you're not allowed to have things.
Dude, the difference between you and I is I say it once and you continue to say it the whole time.
Alex, you said it like 15 fucking times, you idiot, and we have it on proof. I'll fucking go back and I'll fucking watch the fucking...
Well, it's not like there won't be opportunities to find other things.
Go look back and watch it.
I will.
Go back and count the amount of times.
I'll count the amount of times that I said it, and I'll count the number of times that you said it, and you're gonna look like a fucking fool.
Get back to me on that.